Hello, everybody. Welcome to Table Hops and our RPG nights. We have a really interesting. That intro though. Thank you, Mama Whiskey. Glad you enjoy that. We're now going to be talking about our characters that we have for this really weird Wild West adventure we have cooked up for you. We have a family of peoples. Some of them are great-grandparents, some of them are not. So we will see the family tree of the Burnsides in our Wild West adventure, starting with Angus Burnside, sort of the patriarch of this family. Why don't you introduce yourself there, Angus?
My name's Angus.
That was good. Oh, thanks for all the subscriptions. Amazing, Zach. Thank you very much. Thank you for all of those subscriptions. We really appreciate it. That's all we needed to do, Steven, is just say, my name is Angus, and then they all just come flowing in. Look at this. Appreciate that very much. So Angus is the how old is he, or does anyone really know? Like, awkwardly
246 years old.
Okay, very good. Kept alive by like a steam-powered heart that beats in his chest. Now, Angus
and trust me, we're counting all of the years, all of them.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you so. Oh, Steven, does that mean we unlock the Chris Rage emote? Are we close?
We do unlock Chris Rage emote.
Oh, that's amazing. Thank you very much, Mama Whiskey. Appreciate that very much. I want to see my little cartoon angry face. Anywho, so after Angus had 3. Oh, they're still coming. Look at that.
Oh my.
Angus had 3 sons. His first son, Angus the Third, was horribly maimed and killed in some sort of war and is out of the picture. But luckily, he's survived by his 2 other sons. The first of, I guess the second son at this point would be Billy. Billy Burnside. Why don't you introduce your character?
Hi, everybody. I'm Billy. I'm the middle. I guess now I'm the oldest. That's kind of cool, right? I got upgraded. Grandpa Pop still doesn't really like me as much as the firstborn. I always seem to disappoint and let him down a little. Oh. Outside that, though, I think I'm still a wonderful, rugged person, and I'm great with explosives.
Ooh, very good. Be blowing some stuff up. Very exciting. Just a little bit behind Billy. I don't know how many years, actually, but we have Troy, played by my good friend Troy.
Yes. My name's Troy Burnsides. I'm even less popular than Billy. I'm probably the least child, and I like banking, and I'm scared of firearms. I'm probably not a great fit for the Old West, but I'm going to do my best.
That's awesome.
You ain't my son.
Oh. You hear him yell from the tavern down the street. And then last but not least, when Angus's son, Angus the Third, passed away, he left Angus the Fourth, which would be Angus the Second's great-grandson. And we call him Four, just to make things clear. Four. So, Four, why don't you introduce yourself?
I'm 4. I'm angry. I'm too pissed off to have an accent. Stop asking me questions. You'll regret it.
So, we have this ragtag bunch of people that have somehow come to own a town. It's been sort of passed down from father to son for the past few centuries, apparently. And now you are hanging out in the town of Sideburns, obviously. So I'm just going to sort of set up our first little introduction here. Some of these might have changed a little bit of your backstory, but it's very close. We had some interesting ideas from our chat last night, so we're going to see how this plays out. So here we go, everybody. So as we pan down, like the camera pans down the middle of the main street of this western town, kind of like Ivy's background, with the different storefronts on either side, we're moving down towards the bank. Now, what happened just last night is a new sheriff was brought into town. Oh my gosh, look at all these subs. There's so many.
God.
There's so many things happening right now. Let's just take a minute and celebrate with a good old cheers. Thank you very much, Mama Whiskey. We appreciate that very much.
Another 10? That's insane.
Oh my gosh.
You're actually insane, Mama Whiskey. Appreciate it.
We appreciate that very much. Cheers to you. Hopefully you're drinking whiskey.
I am.
This is insane. This is insane.
What's happening? I haven't looked at chat.
We just got 20 gifted subs.
Oh, hell yeah. Good. Congrats, guys.
What kind of beer we drinking, Mama Whiskey? I got the Two Roads Honey Spot Road IPA because it sounded kind of Western to me, and it's the closest thing I had in my fridge.
Mama Whiskey's probably drinking some cider, if I had to guess.
Nice. White Dove, thanks for the bits. We appreciate those very much. Lady in White. Oh, what's Lady in White? Is that a cider? It sounds like a.
I know that's like the Joe Rona. It's like a horror story.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's that.
First episode, Supernatural. Hefeweizen. Yeah. Very good. Oh, very nice. Very nice. I actually got a bunch of European beers just 2 days ago to start scratching off my beer wall. I have this like where you've drank kind of like a eraser thing. So pretty excited for that. Hefeweizen, very nice. Oh my goodness, they're still coming in. Well, in between the celebrations, I'll go ahead and just to go through our little intro here. There is a new. Oops. I think we lost somebody.
It was Steven.
Steven.
Angus.
Angus. All right, hey guys, it's so much celebration. We will let Steven join back in, and we'll be right back with you in just a second. And we're back. We lost one, and at that point, Billy moved to the head of the family, but then was demoted when they managed to revitalize Angus. To just pull the ripcord on his heart to get it pumping again.
Yeah, I had to change the oil.
Oh. Excuse me, I gotta go change the oil. I'll be right back, sons. All right, so again, thank you very much, Mama Whiskey, for all the subs. We really appreciate it. It made Steven explode, but he's back now. All right, so
White Dove, thanks for the 400 bits.
Yeah, we got all the bits. So here's what's going on in town, the town of Sideburns. There's a new sheriff in town, Sheriff Lone Star, and she's called that because she doesn't have any deputies, except for she does have her daughter who's been staying with her in the what they call the Crowbar Hotel, which is the jail and the sheriff's office. She arrived in town last night. The rest of her stuff's going to be brought by a train later in the week. She was accompanied by her only daughter, Macy, and I think Billy has already met her, so we'll talk about that in a minute. Been in town less than a day. Now, the first order of business that the new sheriff did is they wanted to open up a new bank account. So they headed over to the bank where Troy works. Troy, even though he doesn't really appreciate everyone in his family so much or the way they go about their business, he does try and keep their affairs in order since no one else will, and he keeps those files at the bank. Now, when Lone Star came to make her account, Troy couldn't help but notice on the paperwork that her last name is actually DuPont. And that raised some interesting red flags. As going through the family affairs, he realized that this town was originally owned by a DuPont family, centuries ago before the Burnsides even staked their claim. So he worries that perhaps the DuPonts are here for more than just the sheriff job. Maybe they're looking to take the town back. But he needs to convince his family, he's been slightly estranged from, that this is the case. Now, moving on ahead, we move towards the saloon. And in the saloon, we have Angus and his two sons, Billy and great-grandson 4, and they're just having a rowdy good time, day drinking. Since, Angus, you own the town, you're just used to going in and rolling up and drinking, and because your heart is steam-powered, you can deal with the liquor, no problem. And your liver is also steam-powered. So Troy busts through the swinging saloon doors, and then you see your family there, and that's going to be the first scene of our adventure. So I'm going to go ahead and show everybody our little display here. You can see all our characters inside our box. And we are starting inside the saloon. So what I want everyone to do is we're going to be creating some aspects for the saloon. So I want everyone to tell me one thing you see in the saloon at that time. If you don't have anything, you can see, like, I look around and see what I see, and I have a couple things I could add as well. So we're going to continue with this. Actually, let's go reverse cowgirl and start with 4. So starting with the youngest and moving up in that way.
I see a piano, funny man.
Ooh, okay. So like a honky-tonk piano?
Yeah, a piano.
I like it. Very good. Honky-tonk piano. Is this one of those like self-playing pianos?
Yeah, with a little wheel that, yeah.
Okay, cool. Very like the keys move on their own and everything. And then we go to Troy as you open the doors and see your family in there. What do you think? Someone better say whiskey bottle.
I see a whole shelf of liquor bottles, but there's like one that's behind you can still see it, but it's like a padlocked little thing. So there's like a very special bottle that's kind of set aside.
One bottle in a locked case.
Is it a special whiskey bottle?
I can't tell. It's far away.
No, it's been there for maybe Angus remembers when they put it in there. A 6-foot wooden fake Indian statue. That's so good.
I feel like the chat wants us to say it's a whiskey bottle. I'm just playing for the chat. So.
Oh, it is. It is a whiskey bottle.
Much whiskey.
There we go.
There is one bottle of whiskey in a locked case. Very
fancy.
And then we have our Indian statue. And then, where was I at now? We are now at Billy. Oh my goodness! Oh goodness gracious! Thank you for the subscription. And I don't know what's happening right now, but I'm like,
Oh my god.
oh, it's exploding.
Oh my.
Hooray!
We
Yes,
have
it's
an
exploding all
achievement.
over-
You
oh, no,
have
it's
you have
exploding all
unlocked
over
the
Eden.
achievement.
Oh no!
We're gonna have
But
so
yeah.
many subs that I'm gonna explode, and then we'll have to start all over.
Oh,
Oh my
Mama
goodness.
Whiskey, that's insane. You're insane. Thank you so much.
bananas.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate it. Thank you so much.
So I'd say thing I noticed in the room is probably like a bigger than necessary like chandelier hanging up above the bar.
Okay.
And maybe there's like a little train set that is just going around on it.
Ooh, okay, so we have a grandiose chandelier. I spelled that wrong. And then we also have a
Just a little
so
like
many
train
sounds.
set going around, like Thomas the
And
Train,
then,
just going for somehow.
train set that goes around the perimeter of the bar.
Yeah. Or I was thinking like from the chandelier.
Oh, from the chandelier, that's even cooler.
Yeah.
Chandelier with a train set. Oh my goodness. Look at them bouncing things. So exciting. That's me not knowing how the internet works. Look at all them bits and bytes. All right. And last but not least, Angus, you've been here the longest. What can you tell us about this bar?
Well, I see to the right of the bar, I see my prized bullhead from the 50-foot tall bull that I took down back in
50-foot tall bull.
back in 1842. Now we did have the head shrunk a little bit, so
Okay.
it's not.
So
actually
now is it
50 foot
normal
tall,
size, but you tell everyone it used to be much bigger?
Correct. Yeah, the bull was 50 foot tall, but this is fourth dimension. It's a regular sized bullhead.
Okay.
But it's a 50-foot tall bull.
Rumored to be large at one point.
That is
Fantastic.
unbelievable.
Yeah. That's great.
Sorry, Paul. Let me make sure this is a actual, exactly 6-foot tall Indian statue. There you go.
How big was the bullshit that came with that bullhead there, Ancient?
Oh no. So are you?
I was too quick to actually see any of the shit that was coming out of its ass. So I instead just chopped off the head. I just took it with me.
Oh, there you go.
That's fair.
Now
Carry it
there
all
are
by
some
yourself?
people in the saloon. Okay, and the different people. Of course, there's the bartender. And his name, I'm going to give this to you already because you basically over a couple hundred years old. The bartender should have Chris's exact face. I appreciate that very much. Yes, the bartender looks exactly like me. See, I cosplayed as the, but his name is David Irwin. David the Devil
David
Irwin.
Irwin.
And he's called that because he always gets people so drunk even when they're not expecting it. So they call him the Devil. This place is actually called, what is that called? I named it. It's called the David's Hollow, but everyone calls it Devil's Hollow. So the bartender's name is David Irwin. Now, also in this there's some ladies of the night, shall I say, and they are supervised by the madame of the saloon, and let me see what her name is. Her name is Marianne Wyatt. So she is the madame of this place. So that's who we got there. And then the other people you see, you don't know them by name, but there's a guy dealing cards over at the side, and then there's someone drinking at the bar. There's patrons. There's just regular patrons. So that's what you got going on here. So Troy, you bust in here and you see your family drinking, having a merry good time. How do you want to approach this?
I think I'm gonna try to make visual contact with Billy. He's probably the one I've been the closest with, and I'm gonna try to see if I can get him to kind of talk to me ahead of time. I don't want to approach the whole group ahead of time, so I just want to see if I can break the ice with Billy before I head to the whole group.
I like it. So Billy, you look over, you see your brother, who you don't see very often. Even though you live in the same town, you might see him like once a month, and that's just in passing, or if you have business.
That's when I'm robbing the bank.
Yeah. You do see him come in, and you're like, you don't usually come and day drink with us, so it's a little strange.
Nope.
You see him trying to catch your eye. What is your reaction?
I'll take my drink up with me and walk over to him and just be like, all right, bro.
Okay, so you
What the fuck
start
you
moving
doing
over. For and Angus, you see this happening. I don't know if you notice Troy, or maybe you just see Billy get up thinking he's gonna like hit the head or something.
Clock it, but don't do anything. Clock it, but keep drinking.
Yeah. Correct.
All right.
Okay.
I can't see anything that isn't directly in front of me. So
That's
We got blinders on you.
your glasses are like 3 inches thick. You can only see straight lines. Straight line. You're like a bird. You have to consistently turn your head to see.
Professor Farnsworth. Just...
So Billy, you move up to Troy.
Mm-hmm. Well, hello there, Troy. What brings you in here? You don't do this often, actually ever. This is very unusual.
I've heard some gossip going on about this new sheriff, and I've heard some things, and I've heard some other things, and I'm just curious what things are true. And it's with anytime there's changes, they can affect the economy. And as a banking man, I just want to make sure.
You're boring me with the numbers here.
And 7 + 4 is 11.
Yep.
Never my case.
Okay. Well, bro. Why are you worried about the sheriff? You know that's Dad's thing. It's every sheriff. That's literally Dad's thing. Just you gotta talk to him. You know you got any issues on it.
I know, but it's I'm worried because typically the sheriffs, we've kind of known who the next sheriff is going to be. There's the vice sheriff, there's the vice sheriff, and there's the lineage. There's the succession of the sheriffs. This sheriff's nobody knows anything about this sheriff. She's brand new. Nobody knows anything about her. She comes in, she's taken over, and I'm nervous.
That might be why Dad likes her. She's mysterious.
And I don't get nervous often, but I do. But this is a different kind of nervousness.
About all the time you get nervous.
Yeah. So I just wanted. I'm nervous right now. So, but I just
have a drink. You won't be nervous.
So I just wanted to see what y'all knew about this sheriff and see if I didn't want to walk right in and talk to Angus, but I don't know if you heard anything, or maybe we should all sit together because it's the Concord.
Yeah, let's go talk with Pop.
Now, while Billy and Troy are talking near the entrance of the saloon, we came back to the table that Angus and Four are sitting at. And Angus, you see this guy. His name is Willie Dale, and he's known as Willie Bender Dale because he is never not drunk. In fact, he comes up to you, even though you're day drinking. You're like, I don't think you left last night. I think you've literally been drinking this whole time. And he stumbles up, he bumps into your table, causing your ale to slash around. And he looks at you and he says, "Hey there, Angus, it's good to see ya. I heard your new lady friend is quite the looker. Have you been able to meet her yet?" The answer is no, you haven't met her yet.
I reach over, grab him by the collar, and pull him down across the table.
All right, in his drunken, ragdoll style, he slams onto the table, causing all your beer glasses to just spill all over the floor, and you hear just a ruckus laughter coming from the saloon around you. He's like, "I meant no disrespect. I was just wondering if you'd seen the lady. She a looker? I heard she has a daughter."
Why are you still talking?
I don't know how to stop.
Are you role-playing yourself, Chris?
Yeah, this is me. As every NPC, it's like being John Malkovich. It's just me looking like in different clothes.
Are you done talking?
Yes, sir. I'm done. I'm done talking. I'm sorry. I meant no disrespect. Here, let me get you a drink. Let me replace these spilled drink. I'll be right back.
Thank you.
And he stumbles over towards the bar. Billy and Troy, you make it back to Angus and 4, and you all sit around this very sticky table at this point.
Well. Look who the cat dragged in.
I'm not a cat, Dad.
Wasn't talking to you, son. Talking to that disgrace.
I'm kind of cat-like. That's fair.
Dad, just give him a bit of a break. Just a little one right now.
Nah.
I know, but he settle some nerves again for him, please.
Well, boy.
I've heard so much gossip going on about this new sheriff, this DuPont lady, and
You talking about my wife?
I think she just got in last night, but yes, I guess technically she's your wife.
All right, timeout. So just for those people just joining us, the Burnsides have a very interesting code of law that Angus, the patriarch of this town, is always married to the current sheriff, regardless of gender or length of term. So there is now a new sheriff in town, and people have been saying she's quite the feisty one, quite the looker. Billy has met her mid-20s daughter, but I'm gonna say that none of you have actually met the woman face to face. You might have seen her in passing, but Angus, you have not met your new wife. You've not introduced yourself yet. You're looking forward to it today. You're kind of like drinking to sort of, get yourself loosey-goosey, like when you're young.
Is this my bachelor party for the 8th time?
This is your bachelor party for, probably more than 8th. Probably more, let's be honest. Sheriffs don't last long in these here parts.
Oh.
Okay, got
It's
it.
the 8th that we remember.
All right, so
That's fair.
that's where we're currently on pause. That's why he's married to the sheriff. Continue, Troy.
So, first of all, congratulations again. And
I'm so glad you decided to come into town to celebrate with us.
I got you a gift card and to the Olive Garden, which doesn't exist yet, but it will make sense eventually. But do you know anything? I know you typically it's code for you to marry the sheriff, but do we have any insight? Has anybody heard any gossip? Because this is our town. I know I'm the estranged kid, but this is still our town. I'm a little worried about this
Uncle, are you asking a question or are you just bleating on?
The second part. I am bleeding on.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll tell you this here, boy. I certainly hope that whoever the new sheriff is better than the last feller I married, because that was weird. He was into some things that I had never experienced in my 246 years of life, and if nothing can beat that, in my opinion.
Just as you're saying this, Willie Dale comes on back with a tray full of ales, and he's like, "All right, gentlemen, here you go." And he accidentally bumps into Forrest's chair and just sloshes the ale all over him. It's dripping down the brim of your hat, just in front of your angry face at this point.
Oh.
Just turn around and clock, Willie.
All right, let's make a forceful roll, everybody, or just Ivy. I'll roll against you with a -2. I have
First
a
roll of the night.
-3, which is beyond terrible.
Oh, I keep trying to roll in Angus's dice. That's why I'm not rolling.
All right, what's your total?
That's a 4.
Okay,
That's
so
a 4.
so this actually bumps it all the way up to the epic point, because I rolled a -3. So you
and I attacked first.
you sure did. You sure did. So this is a punch. You swing around, and without even looking at him, just behind your back, you hit him right in the jaw, and he instantly does like 2 spins, stands straight, and then falls on another table on the other side, flipping that table over. And you just hear this deep snore come from behind you. So that's out of the way. That was
Oh, darn, there went the beers.
Oh, Bender, he'll never learn.
Hey, Devil, another round.
you got it there, Master Burnsides. I'll be right over there. Y'all want whiskey?
Yeah, I'd make it a triple for Troy here. He has some catching up to do.
All right, we'll do the regulars. I'll give you all in order of age.
Sure.
A single, a double, a quadruple, and a triple. Here we go.
It doesn't matter if he can't handle it, Paul. He knows he's got to have it.
All right, he comes over
Put
to
it on
you.
Bender's tab.
He presents the bottle and then pours it in the shot glass, not asking for any money. He looks at Angus. He says, "Sir, do you think this is the day to open up the? I heard it's a special wedding day for you, even though those seem to happen every month. Would you like us to open up the case of the special juice?"
Yes, all my boys are together, unfortunately. So let's crack it open.
All right, that's what I'd like to hear. And then you hear hooting and hollering coming from you. "I'll be right back." And he goes over and he unlocks. He goes to get the bottle. So he'll be back in a minute.
Okay.
You notice a few gentlemen playing cards in the corner. But that's about it.
Do we know these gentlemen?
You do not. You haven't seen them before.
Oh.
Troy, here's $100. Go lose me some money.
I'm already feeling the awkwardness. I know I had my little chat with Billy, so I'm gonna, being the numbers guy, I'm gonna skip over. I'm gonna skip over the card table and put the $100 in the middle of the table, and I said, let's do this.
All right, sounds good. Oh, a gentleman of high class, I see. Please pull up a chair and join us here. And he starts.
Do we know them?
You haven't seen him before. That being said, Sideburns is kind of like in a crossroads between larger cities, so people do travel through and through. Yeah, it's not uncommon to see this. It does look like the gentleman dealing the cards is a professional card player.
Mm.
Now, while this is going on, we'll get back to Troy's card escapades in a minute. The rest of you just heard that the DuPont family may be back in town. He seems to think that they could be a danger in some way. How do you guys react to this? Or do you just brush it off and you just want to meet the lady?
Well, I'm gonna
DuPont.
I'm gonna step over to Madame Marianne just for a quick second and ask her if I've got a clean set of clothes in the back.
She looks over to you. I just want to see how. Make a flashy roll. I just want to see this. See how it goes. Total? Two is fair. All right. She looks. She sees you come by. She looks you up and down. She knows that you frequent this particular area from time to time. Her ladies know you. She kind of scoffs and says, "Oh, yeah, yes, Mr. Burnside. What can I do for you?"
Do I have a set of clean clothes in the back, ma'am?
Oh, I don't know if they belong to you, but we do have gentlemen's clothes in the back for said emergencies.
No, I believe they belong to me now, ma'am.
Oh, I see. Yes, very well, very well. We'll tell the devil put it on your tab.
Thank you much. My
Yes,
tab.
absolutely. The ladies will help you back there. So a couple of ladies giggling, woohoo, take you back to fetch said clothes. Billy and Angus, before I head
Much
back to
obliged.
Troy, anything you want to mention?
Pa, you really think DuPont are back or any of that to worry about? I thought you dealt with that before I was born.
Traditions are traditions. And I will marry the sheriff regardless of sexual orientation, gender, or age.
But that's mainly for them. So I actually didn't think about this. I just assumed you were just legit auto married. Do you do a ceremony every time this happens? Do you put a
it's
big?
a whole ordeal.
It's a whole white wedding, like
It's
every
a part
few
of the
weeks.
ceremony.
That's so good.
You swear into being a sheriff, and you swear into being part of the family.
That's so good. Yeah, it's part of the. Yeah, I like that. That's perfect. So there is
no.
a wedding being planned currently. Oh boy. All right. So,
All right, well, I guess we don't have to worry about them, Dad.
So moving back to Troy at the table, you see a couple of people. You've seen them around the town. They're probably farmers or they work around this area, but they're here for a drink. This gentleman you have not seen before. He's very well dressed in like a little vest. He starts dealing the cards. You notice he's dealing with one hand, and we start playing some poker. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna roll a clever check. I have a secret goal or a certain value I'm looking for, and let's see how your clever roll goes.
1 and that goes to I already have 2, so that's a 3.
All right, 3 is good. So as you start dealing the hands, you play the odds, being able to calculate how they would go. He's just playing with one deck. You start playing. He starts dealing again. You win. Let's say you win $25 from the 100 that your pa gave you. He's like, you're quite a good player, my good sir. Would you care for another hand?
Yes, but I don't want to play for money. I know that y'all have secrets. I know I can see by y'all have shifty eyes. And the next hand, you have to tell me everything you know about this new sheriff.
Interesting. And if you lose, what do I gain from this?
$125.
Oh, placing your winnings ahead. Oh, fair enough. I like the cut of your jib, so here we go. And he starts dealing out the cards again, and we'll see the results in just a minute. 4, you go to the back, and there is some noise coming from the adjacent rooms, but you recover yourself some clothes that seem to fit quite nicely, and you change out of the beer-soaked rags that you were in. Unfortunately, there's no other hat, so you just got to deal with that guy. But the brim is still stiff, and you're able to make it back to the table. Billy and Angus, you notice that you hear from the other people playing cards with him that Troy must be doing decently well. All right, so
he's gotten better.
Let's see how he does this time. So you're going to make the exact same clever roll.
I have 2 this time.
All right, 2 is good. So it's going to be a draw. That one's a draw. So we just push through. You have the same hands as there were. I don't know how a draw works in poker, but you draw. Or we'll say like someone else wins a little bit of money. But regardless of which, he's like, that was close. I think third time's a charm for you. But I'm going to need something beyond the 125 for the information I have at this point.
I think I'm a little, being a cautious man, I say, hang on one second. I need to check one thing. So I go back to 4 and kind of motion towards him and say, I can beat these people with math, but do you mind just imposing a little bit of muscle? So I kind of just say, hey, would you mind just helping me out a little bit? So I bring 4 back to the table with me to kind of try to impose his will a little bit.
Very good. All right, so you come back to the table with your brother in tow, if he agrees.
Not entirely sure why I'm helping you, but fine.
That's his nephew.
Brother. Yeah.
Not his brother.
Oh, nephew.
I'm the
Sorry.
brother.
One day I need to draw a very intricate family tree of the Burnside.
sense.
Hang it up. You come back. You kind of cross your. Oh, I hit my mic. You cross your arms.
Well, what I do is I take his glass of whiskey from him.
Okay.
And follow him over.
Very good. So you're standing by to witness the last hand. So with this, your nephew has placed a lot of money, not all his, on the line, and then this gentleman said he'd give him some information if he was able to beat him at cards.
He's my uncle.
Yeah.
God damn it.
This is amazing.
You're a relative. I can just say that and be safe. So,
Yes.
Troy, this is your final clever roll.
Let's do it.
Oh, sugar. Okay,
Yes.
how much is that total?
That is 2 and 2. That's a 4.
All right, so that is a great result. Looking at your hand, that you have an immaculate hand. There's no way he could win, correct? So, as you place your cards on the table to reveal your hand, you notice that he has 4 aces. So he actually beats you. However, you notice that the ace of diamonds was played in the last hand. There should not be 2 of them.
Yeah, so I double checked my cards, and I knew this is kind of why I brought my nephew, brother, cousin with me, and my relative. So I look back at 4 and kind of give him that, even though it's been a while, I give him that look, and he knows what that look means.
Yeah.
Okay.
Except I'm not smart enough to know what that look means.
It means you need to hit somebody.
Okay.
Would this be a good time for your stunt?
I know
Troy?
that look.
Oh, so what was that, Angus?
Would this be a good time for your stunt, Troy?
Oh.
Yes. So right before 4 gets ready, he rolls up his sleeves and does stuff. It seems like it's going to get violent. I start talking about probability. I start talking about how this really should have happened and how cards work. And the more I quote numbers, the louder I get. And
Okay. I like it.
There's a blank look on their face, And so I'm going to use my stunt to get +2. Use my stunt just to bewilder them with math talk.
Sure, I like that. Since you're kind of doing this in conjunction with your relative, I'm going to say that the +2 forceful is going to be added to Ivy's roll.
Perfect.
And Ivy, you can also invoke anything else you'd like as well.
Okay. I'm
so what are you exactly doing? Are you just trying to impose on them, or are you actually going to like physically confront them, or what are we thinking?
Oh, hell, I'm not impose. You think I'm trying to intimidate? No, sir.
Break them.
What I'm trying to do is look at what aspects are around the saloon that I can. See, there's nothing that's specifically called out. So what I'm going to do is grab one of these chairs.
Okay.
It's right here.
Mm-hmm.
And knock
yeah, that one.
Yeah,
Got it.
That chair.
Yep.
That chair.
Uh-huh.
I'm just slowly as my uncle.
Yes.
Uncle. Got it. For now.
Is starting to talk in all them fancy numbers at this well-to-do gentleman. I'm slowly making my way over, and then I'm going to take this chair and rang it upside his head.
Oh, okay, yeah. Roll your force roll, and you get the +2 from Troy's stunt.
Do I also get the +2 for attacking first?
Let's say yes. So you're gonna have a total of +4 plus your forceful.
Plus my 0.
Well, it could be worse. So what's your total?
That would be a 4.
That's great. All right, he sees you coming with his chair. He's gonna try and roll under the table. That's gonna be 3, so it's gonna be okay. 1, you do all right. So you bring it up. You start to slam it down. He's like, hold on, my friend. I'm sorry. It was just a jest. It was just a jest. I was seeing the how skilled this man was at cards. He obviously did see through my deception. Of course, I'll pay up and tell you everything you want to know. Let's just keep it civilized, shall we?
Oh, that's totally fair. You're right, sir. I apologize. I was being a mite bit hostile. I dropped the chair and punch him in the face.
All right, slam. All right, so you hit him.
But a nice jab. But just a nice little.
Just enough to it's like a bitch slap. You're just like just enough.
Just a little pop. Not meant to do damage, but just to remind him whose town he is in.
Yeah. So you just give him this punch. He grabs his jaw. He looks. He's like. Now, sir, we must be civilized men. I admit I probably deserve that, but I'm a man of my word. I'll tell you what you want to know. You're asking about the new sheriff, is that right?
No, you had me at the 5th word. I'll step aside.
All right. So, thanks for sharing emotes there, White Dove. Really appreciate that. Where was I? So he comes back to you and says, yes, sir. So, this woman, I heard she comes from a rather powerful family. Comes from somewhere up north, and I heard she has a daughter who's quite the looker. She has nice blonde hair, deep blue eyes. Billy, if you're anywhere near the vicinity, you hear this description, and you're like,
yeah.
Oh, that was last night. I don't know if you entirely know if that was the daughter.
I like to think he doesn't know.
Okay.
They never got the last names.
Right. So at this point, he's like, oh.
Did you get the first names?
We got the first names, but that's it.
Macy's her first name. Now,
Macy, okay.
He does say, now I do know that the new sheriff did say that her other belongings will be coming by train later. And I heard that she was making correspondence to whoever is in charge of her estate up north through the telegram office. That's all I know, I swear. So with that, he's like, I think I've had enough cards for today, gentlemen. If you don't mind, I will be on my way.
I think it's an excellent idea.
He kind of looks towards Ivy for permission to stand up. And then makes his way out the saloon door. All the other gentlemen there with the cards are like, they start throwing down, realizing they just, lost everything. I'll say in total, Troy, he leaves the 125 on the table, obviously, so you get to keep that. There might be like a total of $10 total from just the other chips from the other people playing there. everyone else is playing quite cheaply. So you can take that back to Paw and see how that goes. All right. So that's currently what's going on, guys. What do you guys think? Where you think?
I lean over and take the $25. I think I earned it.
I think he might have. That's up to you guys.
That's Paul's money. You got to ask.
I'm not asking. I lean over and take $25.
Troy, you see your larger nephew pick up some cash off the table.
I've got the 110. I've got the 10 from that. I've got the ability to make exact change. So there's actually $12 extra. So, I've got I've got 112. I consider that a win.
That works.
So I pick up the money and head back to sit beside Angus and kind of give him the scoop of the information I found out.
All right. So what do you gentlemen? What do you guys perceive is going on here? What do you think needs to happen? I know Angus is excited to meet his young feisty bride, but is it worth the town? Yes. The answer is
yes. Nope. A state. No, I heard that actually one of the things that they told me is that she's actually already in the sheriff's office, actually, beginning to set it up. So I think this might be the time to at least see if we can have her come here, or this might be the time to see if we can.
Now, you never had a problem with any of my other spouses before. Why all of a sudden do you have a problem with this?
I mean, you don't know that entirely, Paul.
Yeah.
You kind of kick him away a lot.
Something about that DuPont name is just not sitting well with you, Troy.
Yeah, and it's typically people come from other towns. There's rumors about who the next sheriff is, and I know the previous sheriff, Sheriff Derek. I know he put you through a lot, but we knew Derek. We knew who Derek was. We heard rumors about Derek. This is something new. So I hope I'm wrong, but
Yeah, Paul. Once we got Derek got latex,
I don't trust
he was
outsiders.
fine.
What was that for?
Once we got Derek his latex, he was fine.
This is true. I always liked you the best.
So as this is going on, even though it, we had a few card games and everything, this is all happening simultaneously. David, the Devil Irwin, finally makes it back with his whiskey bottle.
I forgot about those.
And he starts pouring the shots. He's like, "This is Mama's finest whiskey. I'll just be giving you one shot in celebration of your upcoming wedding." There, Sir Angus, I trust our relationship will continue to be prosperous. He pours himself a shot. He raises up, "Gentlemen," and he raises up his shot for everyone else.
I slip another hundo into the devil's packet.
Much obliged, sir. So, cheers. He swings it back.
Cheers.
And goes right back to the bar. All you take your shots. I imagine 4 takes it like a champ. Troy might sip on it a little bit.
He's choking on it.
Smooth. It's very smooth.
Now, lads, this was from my first wedding.
The liquor?
Way back in 1812.
I don't know what year it is.
4 years before I shot down that bull. And you remember that bull was 50 foot tall.
Sure,
50
Dad.
foot tall.
Every time it's 50 foot tall. That doesn't look 50.
Oh, that is so
Well,
good.
we had to take it over, get it shrunken down so it would fit into the saloon here. Because if not, it would take
The
up this whole
door's
wall.
big enough.
Nope. See, we got to have room for the bar.
Yeah, I've never just whatever.
They had to shrink it down. I'm putting my fate
Freaking
points to
70
4.
years of that story, Dad.
Hey guys, I'm putting my fate points to 4. I think I told you yesterday that I'm supposed to have 1 per PC, so that I'm not cheating. That's what I'm doing. I'm
Oh, you're good.
Our Nightbot seems to be quite intense. Who gave Mama Whiskey a warning? I don't have no control over Nightbot / Robocop, so I don't really know what that's about.
RoboCop.
Oh no.
Yeah.
What was it? Steampunk. After anyway. So with that, after your cheers, you head out into the streets of Sideburns to see if you can learn more about this mysterious sheriff. And with that, everybody, we're going to take our quick little 5-minute break, and we'll be back with Act 2. Hope you guys are enjoying If you have any suggestions of stuff you want to see in this crazy town, we're going to be starting with that next. So stay tuned. We'll be back in 5 minutes. See you soon. We are currently playing our RPG one-shot of this strange Western adventure where everyone's related. So that's what we're just going to have a quick recap of what we've been up to. In the previous act, you met the different relatives of the Burnside family, with Angus, sons Billy and Troy, and great-grandson 4. Who all came in a bar after Troy learned that the new sheriff, Sheriff Jane DuPont, actually comes from a family that used to own this town and is suspicious of this new sheriff as she sort of came to office unexpectedly and quickly. Seems suspicious. Angus, on the other hand, is excited to have a young new bride. And Billy is slightly worried that he might have accidentally slept with the daughter of the new sheriff right away. So we will see from there how it goes. So as the saloon doors open up, we are now back in the town of Sideburns, which of course has a very intricate and ornate olive garden in the center of town. And this is where the wedding reception will be held. If anyone has anything else that they see, feel free to let me know, and we'll pop it into the aspects. I'm going to start with, we're going to go from the eldest again, starting with Angus. It could also be something about the Olive Garden.
Yeah. Well, you see, again, the Olive Garden, another one of my prized real estate investments, contains the head of the great water buffalo that I slayed in 1966, in which the water buffalo was about the size of the bull. You know, it was about 60 feet tall. And I took a nice little lasso and pulled it down and chopped its head off.
Oh my God. Decapitated by Angus. Very good. So we have EB. The chat wants you to show him your kitties.
Yeah, he's fighting, trying to get my food right now. But all right, come here, buddy.
There he is.
Look at that cat.
Look at this handsome boy.
Yeah,
this is Glitch.
Glitch.
Say hi, Glitch.
There he is. Internet famous.
He was a good boy.
He has the most evil stare I've
This
ever
isn't
seen.
no. That's the other one. That's
Is that the
Chucho.
other- That's which one?
Chucho.
Chucho.
Oh, he's over there. Let me go get him. Come here, Chucho.
From
What
the
is
nine
Glitch's favorite
rings of
food?
hell. And then we're gonna go to Billy while you're collecting your.
There's Chucho.
Oh my God!
Oh no,
Oh my God!
that's Angus's face.
Yeah. Oh jeez. Billy, what do you see besides Satan's cat? Do you notice anything in the town? EB, not so much.
Oh, sorry. What is in the town? I imagine like plenty of horses and just like stalls and such to set up for where any horse would just be little war holes. So
That works.
quick getaway. We have horses everywhere.
Some of the horses, as they ride by, you notice that some of their legs have been replaced with metallic legs, and they have like sort of like a steampunky kind of reconstruct. The horse isn't broken yet. We can rebuild them. So that's kind of going by.
Rider.
Yeah, that's exactly where I got it from, buddy. Saber Rider. Yeah. And then moving down to Troy, do you notice anything as you open the door to the town?
Right beside the Olive Garden, there's a barber shop.
Okay.
And the barber, there's this barber who's holding this giant, almost comically large straight razor and just standing there sharpening it with a piece of leather, just kind of menacingly looking at us when we walk out.
Perfect. So we got the Sweeney Todd razor barbershop.
Oh
Yep.
no.
Always sharpening it. Like how the
Yes.
bartender is always cleaning the glass with a rag. This guy's always like, shink, shink. I love it.
Yep.
None of you ever go there for a shave because he's so intimidating. And then 4. you notice anything about this town that's a little strange or iconic? You might notice it as we go.
Besides the Olive Garden.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just shook by this Olive Garden, right? I mean, obviously we've got devils, and we've got the. I'm trying to list out the things that we already know that are there too, right?
Mm-hmm.
We've got devils.
Yeah.
We've got. What did you call the jail?
The Crowbar Hotel.
Crowbar Hotel. That is an awesome name. Do we have an actual hotel in town?
I don't know. Do we? Do you want that? Really? I figure most people stay at the saloon, but like above.
Kitty.
But maybe there's an actual like boarding house or something.
Yeah.
I was going to say we probably should have an apothecary or a doctor somewhere.
Oh, okay.
That's always helpful.
Yeah.
So there's a, what would you call that? Like a
Just apothecary.
clinic?
Why not?
Or a
Fuck it.
apothecary?
We've got a shitty bank.
Apothecary. We got a bank. We definitely have a bank.
We have a lovely bank. It's
You
great customer
know
service.
from interacting with some of the characters that you've encountered that there is at least 2 other buildings you've heard about or places. If you don't remember now, no problem. Maybe you'll remember later. We'll move on. So as these doors swing open, you hear a gunshot coming off from towards the west, and then turning your heads that way, you realize, Troy, it's coming from your place of employment, and all you can think of is not again, as this happens literally every day.
It wasn't me this time, bro. Sorry, bro. It wasn't me this time.
All right, so what would you like to do?
I'm gonna pee my pants.
Everyone else, notice your relative urinating themselves.
Dude, really?
Oh yeah, you really hate gunfights, and it's the Old West. That's right. What are you guys gonna do?
Well, shit, that's our money, isn't it?
Boys, we're gonna have to take care of this.
Yeah. Wait, where's the sheriff or your wife? Shouldn't she be here taking care of this, Paul?
Well, boy, as you know, she's not the sheriff just quite yet, and she is not my wife yet.
She might be on the way. You don't know. Like, you're just hearing these gunshots now.
All
We
right.
have not consummated the marriage, so by default, we are in charge.
That's all right. So how do you? What do you do? Do you jump on
I
horses?
thought we were
Do you
technically always in
book it?
charge, or at least you were.
So how do you make it to the bank? You made it here on foot there, Troy. It's not too far away.
I guess it's run over.
All right, so you guys hoof it over to the bank. You hear more and more gunshots and hollering happening as you approach, and you see a few horses galloping off into the distance with some figures on top. It looks like they have some sort of sacks on their backs as they run off. And you recognize members of the Old Ginger Gang, a gang of outlaws that have been terrorizing Sideburns for as long as you can remember. And they do make it a habit of robbing the bank, usually in between sheriffs, because they know they can probably get away with it. Luckily, you are drinking not too far away with firearms, so let's take care of this. As you get closer, you notice most of them ring out. There are a few that bust through the door. Seeing you approach, they jump behind a wagon and pull out their pistols. So with that, gentlemen, we're going to go to initiative. So
I'm actually curious, would Angus walk over, or does he have like a steam-powered cart to drag him around?
Well, remember, there's very little athleticism in me, so
yeah, you might have a little like segue. That's up to you guys.
I definitely have one of the. You know, imagine, right? Imagine like a modern day. A kid has a horse head on the top of a stick, but mine is a hoverboard.
Okay.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, like mom always says like a mall cop. I don't know. Like it's all right. Can we say it's a hovering Segway? Like you have to hold on to it.
Yes, correct. I have to hold on to it, but I'm still slow.
And
I'm still slow.
Let's get him.
It's
and
just-
you see like Angus is
It's
like,
got some bumper stickers on the back.
Yeah, but it's how I have to get around now.
On the
you
bag,
know?
it just says "I Heart Sheriff" on the back. On the
Yeah.
All right. So as you move there, you count quickly as you draw your weapons that there are 4 thugs that you have to deal with. In this game, if there's a group, I just put them as one big bad guy that you have to whittle down. Make sense?
Okay.
You don't have to worry about location. If you have like an idea where you want to be, then totally cool. We're not worried about like distance, etc. But we're doing our popcorn initiative. So if everyone wouldn't mind rolling your initiative, it's going to be a quick roll. I had a total of a 3.
No kitty.
Anyone get higher? Oh, 4. Look at it. Look what you got. So I have
a 4.
I have exactly a 3. And you have a 4? Billy?
Yeah, I have my quick's 2, so.
Does anyone have higher than a 4?
3, sorry.
3 total?
I have a 2.
3, sorry, yes, 3.
Well, so what do you? Is it just the roll?
If it's just the roll plus your quick modifier.
Oh, I have a 5.
Oh, okay, there you go.
So it's a 4 plus 1.
It's just the V, no I. So with that, 4, you get to react first in this encounter. You can decide, and you get to use your stunt because of that.
Yes, I do, because I'm hot-headed. Well, I'm going to shoot first and not ask questions later.
Sounds
because
good.
That's how I roll.
So you draw your 6-shooter and you fire off. This is going to be forceful with your forceful skill and stunt modifier.
Correct. And shoot at the closest guy.
All right.
Closest old ginger gang thug.
That works. He rolled a 2.
And I rolled a 0 plus 2 plus 3. So 5.
5 total?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because it's a forceful roll plus my 2.
Okay, so
attacking first.
I have to take... Guys, I'm going to have to give him another stress. I don't want them all to die in one turn.
No, that's amazing.
It's straight cheating, but I want this to last a little longer.
And keep in mind, I rolled 0.
Yeah, let's make it out of 6. There's 6 thugs now. I underestimated you. As 2 more come out of the bank. So just because I'm like, you killed them all.
Murdered.
It's been 1 second. So no, we're doing this. So I have 3 stress boxes. The last one's labeled 3, so it could absorb 3 stress, which is what you gave me. So I'm going to fill in that bubble. And now 4, you get to decide who goes next.
Billy.
Oh, no.
Billy, you're up.
Okay.
So 4, if you wanted to turn off,
Troy.
can you turn off your little happy man, or do I have to do it?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Cool. All right. So now it's Billy.
Okay. How many of them are there? Now, like, just pretty much 6 standing there?
There's 4 left. As you shoot through
4
2
left.
of them. So Ivy, you're just like boom, boom, and you shoot 1. It goes through the skull of 1 into the skull of the one behind him.
Do they have, like, a getaway car or something nearby? Or, like, they, like, next to maybe, like, their car, whatever they
it
want
looks
to
like
call
they're behind a carriage. You don't know if it's theirs or not. They're kind of using that as cover.
As cover? Okay.
But apparently it's not working. Billy,
So
it's
I'm
not
just
that kind of stream.
I'm just gonna, because I'm our explosives guy, and I usually have something on me. I'm just gonna go ahead and essentially like launch just like a firework that I'll probably just have on me, like underneath the cart at them, just to blow up. And
So that's going to be a flashy roll.
all right, we can do that.
And I'll be dodging that.
Okay.
My total is a 1.
Ooh, well, let's see here. Flashy. So that's gonna be a 1, but stunts if I do something splashy. So let's say like it goes underneath and maybe like launches up the cart a little bit.
You're
just to
stunned.
freak them out.
+2 flashy causing it. Well, you didn't say you were. Is that what a distraction? Is that what you were going for?
Yeah, more of a distraction, just like the throw plover, because
Okay.
I'll let the other 2 have some fun.
So instead of doing,
not trying to hit them.
it's not going to do actual damage to them, but it's going to
That's
be
fine.
a boost.
That's
and
fine for
gonna
me.
be a firework distraction.
Works
So
for
what
me.
that means is when anyone goes on your team, for free, they can use that fireworks distraction to give them a +2 or a reroll.
I'm down for
their
that.
choice. Cool. So
I'm down for
as you
that.
shoot it there, they start hiding their eyes as fireworks can come out of the bottom of this carriage. If that's your turn, Billy, make your little happy man say or hand down,
I will do that.
and then you can choose anyone to go next.
All right, Troy, try to redeem yourself. Get in there.
So I feel like there's going to be, I've got my once per big epic thing, I can always use my sibling rivalry, but I'm not quite ready to pull that trigger. So I actually think I recognize one of the people from the gang. They were actually had been doing some reconnaissance in the bank. So I'm just going to yell out because I think I recognize somebody. So I'm going to try to appeal to them and just say, "Hey, this isn't worth it. This is me. This is your old pal Troy Burnside. Stop shooting at us."
Okay, you recognize them as patrons of
I
the bank?
recognize one of them. One of them has been kind of in the bank a couple times, and we've had some conversations. So,
he's like a new recruit to this gang. Let's see if you can
Yes.
talk him down. So
Yep.
what kind of approach do you think that would be? Would it be careful? Seems careful to me.
Yes.
All right,
I'm just
cool.
going to tell them it's not worth it.
They have an aspect of not thinking ahead, so they're not going to have a very good roll here. Their total is a -3.
Oh no.
So you get to roll your clever ahead of that. And what's your total?
One.
A 1. Okay, so even then, I'm going to say that with that, I'm going to bubble on this guy. With that, one of the thugs runs away, the one that you recognize, and then another one, seeing his friend ran away, he runs away as well. There's only 2 thugs left. Good job. So you put down your little buddy, and then you choose who goes next.
That's it. Pops, it's time to show, do to these people what you did to the water buffalo and the several other large mammals before.
So all this has happened, and then just now coming around the corner comes Angus on his Segway, and now he gets to act.
Boys, I'm really disappointed you guys haven't already taken care of these guys. So let me go ahead and take care of these 2 thugs that you guys couldn't handle in the 15 minutes I've been gone.
How are you doing that?
So I pull out 2 syringes, stab 1 into myself because it's been an hour, and so
Yep.
I got to keep it going. And then I will quickly speed over on my horse Segway and stab the other one
Quickly.
with another syringe.
Oh my gosh, so this is definitely going to be forceful, and that is your +2. Well,
Does it get to add maybe by the stun?
so
Or
what
is that
we're
already-
going to do, I think this is going to end sooner, but what I would normally do is give you a +2 to your quick on the next initiative. Does that make sense?
Right? Yeah.
Because what you're doing right now is sort of a forceful thing. I mean, there is quickness involved, but I'm going to say it's a forceful attack.
Okay.
And I will roll my dodge. Now, they have an aspect that you've just discovered of doesn't do well when outnumbered. So they're going to have a penalty. So
Okay.
you can go ahead and roll your forceful against my roll. Oh, I got a 4, but unfortunately that's just a 2.
Does he get to
I got a
add
3.
from my stun earlier?
No, that was
I
a
didn't-
one-time.
okay.
Oh, if he decides to use it, yeah, he can use it.
Because no one's used it yet.
Let's see what he
got
rolls,
a
then he
3.
can decide. So you got a total of a 3?
Yes.
So
Do you
you
want
know
to
I
finish
have a
him?
2, so I'm only going to take 1 shift. If you use that free invoke from the firework distraction, I'll be forced to take the middle box, and then they'll all be defeated.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Cool. So you, while they're distracted, you come in and start stabbing him with needles. And with that, all of the thugs have what effect does it have on them? What does it make them like pass out? Do they like rage quit?
Well, you see, it's a special serum that only people with cybernetic hearts
Okay.
can handle. If you have a human heart, it instantly shuts you down.
Holy crap!
Oh, fuck.
All right. So they grab their chest and just keel over, and with that, in a very short amount of time, you have managed to subdue all the members of the Old Ginger gang. Just then, you hear a horse. Yeah, they be dead. You hear a horse gallop up, and coming out is a woman. She has gray hair, or sorry, she has blonde hair that's starting to gray. She looks to be, in her late 40s, but she is quite physically fit. And she moves up and she says, damn, you took care of them all already.
Yeah, we work pretty fast sometimes.
And you see another horse approaching in the distance, but it's a little whiles off.
Uh-oh.
So she says,
we haven't been here.
sorry, say that again.
What happened?
I heard the gunshots and I came here as quick as I could.
Yeah, well, your quick wasn't quick enough, was it?
By the way, and sorry, who are you? Apologies.
Oh,
You look
sorry.
new.
Let me introduce myself. My name is Jane Lone Star. I own some fancy steakhouses. No.
Lone Star. I've never heard of a Lone Star.
No, I'm new here in town. I just arrived. You may know I'm the new sheriff.
Sheriff.
Oh,
I'm not supposed to see
Who might you
before.
gentlemen be? I think I've seen you, sir, looking at Billy, looking around the place a little bit. You must be a local.
yeah. I'm from the area. I mean, you're new. But...
With that, the other horse approaches, and you see a mid-20s woman, very attractive, with blonde hair, obviously related to this woman. Looks at Billy, and instantly, like, this look of shock, like, goes over everything, and she kind of, like, avoids staring at you in the eyes.
Yeah, he avoids too.
Fair
Oh no.
enough. All right. So she has come here. She obviously does not know who you are. I see some sort of family resemblance, but maybe that's my imagination.
Pops, you want to handle this one?
Well, this
You're
is
my
a
wife.
weird scenario.
Lady, did you not know what you was getting into?
Well, what do you mean, my good sir?
Oh, good Lord.
Well, you see, here in Sideburns, we have a rule, a tradition, as it were, that every sheriff, as part of their swearing-in ceremony, becomes my spouse.
All right, with
Would
that,
you like to have my drugs?
with that, she looks like, oh yes, I heard of this arrangement. I was hoping it was this gentleman, she says, looking at Billy. And you
sorry.
notice that the other woman on the horse is just holding her head and just shaking it. And he's like, "Oh, are you Sir Angus?" She says, looking at you, kind of like almost repulsed. But
I am
hold it
obviously
together.
Angus. How dare you? Have you even eaten at the Olive Garden? Do you even know what unlimited breadsticks taste like? No, you don't, because you own a Lone Star.
Oh, that was good. That was good. Oh, I apologize, my sir.
We don't have Lone Star in this. Look, we've got Olive Garden here, okay? This is not a Lone Star town.
It's like, I'm sorry. I was just taken aback. I did not know I would be meeting someone so
Affluent.
well aged.
Aged?
What's the
I
better
only
way
have to
to
stab
say
myself
that?
once every hour. Some
Such
of my
a-
friends
such
have to
a-
stab themselves every couple of minutes.
I did not know I would be graced with such a seasoned husband. We'll make it work, and it does work, yes.
Well, we have to consummate the marriage somehow, don't we?
Are you ageist, lady?
No, but he is 246 years old, and he looks like it. You're
you
like
see my
basically the
face?
crypt keeper on a Segway, and that's what she's presented with.
A Segway with a horse head, mind you.
Fair.
Can you
Oh, it's like
even
the pony
count
rider,
that
like
high?
the stick with the...
Yes.
You gonna insult my paw one more time?
I apologize. I didn't mean to insult anyone's pawpaw.
My paw.
My triple P.
I am what we would call a double G gilf.
On that note, sir, I see that you've taken care of the situation. Now I'm going to go back to my residence and get myself set up. I trust I'll be seeing you at the wedding. She gives you a little wink there, Angus, and then says, come on then, Massey, let's leave these gentlemen alone. She gallops off away, kind of looking over her shoulder back at Billy, and she just sort of does this like, and then continues to gallop off. Everyone else notices that she is making obvious eye contact with Billy.
Billy's like, oh no.
Yeah, as they go away. Current poll: what pet does Angus have? I like it.
Or thinks she's making eye contact at him.
Ooh, I like it.
Oh, how you doing?
So, your current goal for this scene is to figure out what this Jane DuPont might be up to. If you solve that goal, you win the scene, basically.
Well, I think
I thought her
she's
name was
trying
Jane
to become
Burnside.
Yeah, we know Lone Star. We don't know DuPont.
You do know DuPont only because Troy told you.
Oh.
To you, she introduced herself as Jane Lone Star. On her
Oh, okay.
legal document, she signed her name Jane DuPont.
So hold on, wait. So she owns DuPont, not Lone Star? That's a completely different scenario.
Yeah, it's paint and steak, Steven. That's what, that's what she's doing. There's a vast empire here. Unlimited breadsticks at table hops. So good. So with that, what is your approach?
Oh man.
Also, this is a little disconcerting that it seems that Billy has met at least one of these women before.
We don't talk about that.
4 is not at all picked up on that because again,
Fine.
he thought Macy was making eyes at him.
That's fine.
Right.
You can think
Angus
that.
might not have either because he does have to move his head like a bird to see in a certain direction, but Troy has definitely picked up on this.
Yeah. So what I do is, since Billy's, my bonds with my family are all relatives, but Billy's the one that, I've probably kept in touch with the most. I tell him that I think I forgot something. I forgot something at the Devil's Saloon, and I kind of motion him away from the group, and I kind of point to the fact that I have a copy of Jane DuPont's diary, and tell him that I didn't want to necessarily share with the group because I'm worried about Pops' motives. I don't want him to. I don't necessarily trust what's going on with him. So I'm trying to make a secret. I need to share it with somebody. So I tell Billy, I go, look, I've got a copy of this diary.
Cool. I got to time you out right there. I have to GM something. I did change it, so you did not find her actual diary because basically that's here are the answers. You have copies of her paperwork when she drafted her bank account, and she had to sign DuPont legally apparently, and that's what tipped you off that something's strange. So all you know right now is that she is legally a DuPont.
Yep. And so that's kind of what I tell Billy. I go, look, this is, there is such a thing as banky confidentiality, but
not in the Wild West.
But I am to the point where I'm willing to break my sacred banker oath and say that, I got a hold of some of her paperwork, and she's a DuPont. She's not a Lone Star.
Well, if what you're saying is true, because all that, it looks official. I don't really know it. But you need to wave that in Dad's head. I don't know if he'll listen, but that's going to be
So
it.
Angus will definitely have memory of the DuPont name. 4 and Billy, that's up to you guys, whether it's before your time.
He's probably rambled about it some drunken nights when we were younger.
So, Troy, you going to approach your father?
I'll walk with you, bud, but you got to show it to Dad.
I'll trust you on this one. We'll see what happens. So I go over, Angus, your new wife of, brand new wife. Look, and I just without, I'm stumbling over my words. So I just go ahead and hand him the bank paperwork that shows the name Jane DuPont.
So, as you go into the bank to retrieve said documents to show your father, you realize both that document as well as your family records are no longer in the bank.
The fuck?
That was just robbed.
Yes. So
Well,
once I realize that, and
Are the bodies still here?
Yeah, 4 is checking out the
Yeah,
bodies.
fuck it. Loot the bodies.
So what I do, I find a blank piece of paper and I just write the name Jane DuPont. I write some dollar signs and say bank stuff on it and try to make it look as official as possible, knowing that Angus won't know the difference. So I just put some dollar signs, I write Jane DuPont.
To be fair, with how good with numbers you are, I think you could properly reforge a document in front of the full of your dad.
With his 3-inch glasses and the little lenses that move in front of it. I love it. This looks legit. This dirty napkin from the Olive Garden. Ivy, that just makes you disappear when you do that.
It's actually an old Olive Garden menu that I just write Jane DuPont on and put some dollar signs on it, and then I show it to Angus and say, look, she's a DuPont. She's not a Lone Star, as you can see by this clearly legal document.
So, Angus, you're shown this this legit document, which has the DuPont name on it, as well as money symbols. I don't know how you take that.
Why does it say Zuppa Toscana on it?
A tour of Italy. Buongiorno.
Oh, the DuPonts. Oh, yes. I was married to a DuPont once, back in 1892. You may remember that was slightly before I killed the water buffalo.
Can you get to the point, old man?
But I remember the DuPonts being a conniving little bunch. In fact, one of them tried to kill me.
Well, Pa, this is another
hasn't tried to kill
DuPont.
you?
Well, this is true. I think everybody in this town tried to kill you once.
Nah, but these here buckaroos didn't want to take no money. They just wanted to kill me. So I had to have them offed and had to get a new wife.
Interesting.
Well, I can't remember if that was a wife or a husband. I don't know.
At this age, you get what you can get.
Yeah.
So
I just remember that I was married to a DuPont once in my life, and yeah.
Oh,
Why
it is
is
confirmed that Mama
Ever the
Whiskey,
insightful,
Place my
blissful
order
father
now.
figure.
Mama Whiskey is a DuPont because she did try to explode Angus. That is true, Mama Whiskey. Good call.
Ever insightful, Dad.
Yeah.
Much appreciated.
Looking through the bodies there, Ivy, you find a couple of coins here and there that you just sort of stuff into your pockets. Looking around, you do find a paper scrawled in and misspelled that says it has the name DuPont, DOOPONT, and Burnsides.
And dollar signs
can-
on it? Because I've got one that.
There's no dollar
Yeah,
signs.
can we
Oh.
can we time out?
Team
Can
out.
we?
Team out.
Is DuPont spelled in the world like DUPOINT, like actual
No,
DuPont?
DUPONT.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you're so we found something that's misspelled.
Spelled
right?
incorrectly.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, scrawled by a cowboy who's
Illiterate
not the
son.
most literate. Burnsides is also all kinds of screwed up. Somehow. I don't know how to...
Blasphemy.
It looks like quick notes.
They got what they deserved.
Well, I take the paperwork over to them and then return to the bodies. Keep searching.
All right.
Because I don't particularly care what the paperwork
Wow.
says. I think it probably matters to them.
Besides the coins, their guns are not nearly as well maintained as yours. You can probably steal a couple of stray bullets here and there, but there's
Sure,
nothing
pocket
worth...
the ammo. Sure.
Yeah, there's nothing worth harvesting off of them. Harvesting's the wrong word. Looting. Let's go with that.
Are we
So,
also cannibals? I'm confused.
Say that again.
Are we also cannibals?
I don't know.
Or harvesting
Wait, what?
bodies?
That
No.
that
No.
seems on brand
No.
with what we're doing.
Because
You wanna eat
because
'em?
I am the youngest.
Is that how you live so long?
You found
I
out
am
my
the
secret
youngest,
to
I must
young
always-
life.
I must
Welcome
always
to
go
Frankenstein
with
Cowboys. Yikes.
Mechanical Wendigo.
That is a great name, Mechanical Wendigo. I'm a big fan of that. That is a band I would go see. Breadsticks
true.
of thug bodies. What's the difference?
Trademark.
Unlimited thug bodies. So, with that, gentlemen, your goal, as you know, is to figure out what's going on with this Lone Star / DuPont. So, where would you like to continue your investigation?
Olive Garden.
Well, I was gonna say, how about we head over to the post office, see how long it is till her other stuff gets here. Didn't we hear she's got more things coming?
You did hear something like that.
Yeah.
Cool.
We can go
Wasn't
see
isn't
how
her
long
name
it's
here
gonna
on
be.
this Olive Garden menu? What if she's in the Olive Garden?
Well, I mean, Pa, she's marrying you. She's gonna be in the Olive Garden at one point or another.
I mean, I wouldn't investigate there. That's a bottomless pit that you don't want.
We won't get you away from the breadsticks.
Yeah, right. That's a dead end. There's naps required after that.
Well, it's almost time for my fourth nap of the day. So,
Put it on autopilot.
So, I did hear the post office / telegraph
I say
office.
post office, telegraph, whatever they got.
Post office. Let's go with that.
Mail room.
Cool.
And I think with our forged documents, with the forged bank documents, we can go to the post office and say, that we are associates of of Miss Lone Star, the new sheriff, and she actually asked us to pick up her belongings that might already be here, so we might be able to
Ooh, I like it.
intercept her stuff
Good
with
call.
the Olive Garden menu.
got the documents right here. Ignore these tomato paste stains. So, you head over to the post office. As you move in, you hear the from the Morse code ticker going off. Letters come in. You realize it takes like weeks and weeks for letters to travel in this area. So if she's communicating with someone in the last few days, it was probably by telegraph. There's an old man there who is rather thin, wearing a blue post office suit, and he's sitting there. He's like,
Oh, Edgar.
Edgar, thank you. Yes,
Hey.
Edgar's here. And he's like, oh, young Mr. Angus, I'm the only one older than you. What brings you here? I haven't stood up in hundreds of years.
Edgar, I hope I'll see you later for so we can share a breadstick or two together.
Oh, yes, we got a lady in the trampet. Move on. Move on.
I don't know about that. We were married once, Edgar, and I don't think we're ready to go back into that
All
life.
right, I look fond of those days, but I don't think my hips could take it. Sorry, move on. Continue. Get past this.
Edgar, I heard that this young Lady Lone Star here might not be Miss Lady Lone Star.
Oh, you mean the new sheriff? She seems like a lovely young lady. Whatever do you mean? She came in here just a little while ago to get her telegram.
I feel like this is turning into a franchise war.
Yeah,
Well-
it's a Lone Star Olive Garden buyout. That's what the whole campaign is.
Yes.
Edgar, you and I are good friends. Billy here went to school with your son Bob Evans. It was a great time, really back in the good old days. And I hope that you and I can maintain to be truthful even as divorced spouses.
Oh, I have nothing but respect for you, my dear Angus.
So why don't you tell me what's going on here?
Well, Angus, you know me. I don't read the telegraphs I deliver. I just do what I'm told. I take the ticker tape, I transfer it and write it down, and then give that letter to. It's almost automatic. I don't really recall what was said. You know
Where's
me.
the
I am.
I know you recall. I know you remember those nights.
Oh, you dirty devil, you! You know I can't lie to that pretty face. Friggin' crypt keeper on a Segway.
What does he look like?
He looks kind of like an elderly version of Mr. McFeely from Mr. Rogers. It's what I'm picturing. So like just a more emaciated version of that. Like a mummified version of Mr. McFeely.
Okay.
So with that,
Edgar, please, let's be honest with each other. Can you tell me what's going on here?
well, Angus, if you know anything about me, and the reason we didn't work together was I'm honest to a fault. I follow the code, the long-standing code of post office worker. But I'll tell you this, if we, maybe you take me to dinner next week. I know you have a new wife and everything, but just as friends. If the ticker tape from the previous day's telegraphs goes missing, I won't know the wiser.
Big deal, Paul.
I'm going to enact my town sugar daddy status.
Okay.
I was so hoping that was going to happen.
And I'm going to plop down
Oh no.
Chris Pundos.
Okay.
And I say Angus. Or Edgar. Not Angus.
You're Angus.
Edgar.
I'm Edgar. I have my wits about me.
Edgar. Why don't
Like a
you...
$40 meal at Olive Garden would have been a lot cheaper than that. But
Yeah.
Nope.
okay, Paul.
Edgar,
Don't do the number
I need
4.
you to give me everything, and I mean everything, related to this Lone Star DuPont gal. Because I
never
need to
say no
know
to
if
you,
I'm
Angus.
buying into a steak franchise or a paint franchise.
He's like, very well. I can never say no to you. I guess I'll take this
I know
money and
you
just
can't
have
deny
my
me.
own bottomless salad bowl of sadness alone. But with that, he takes your money. He says, come here, young Billy. And brings you to the back. That sounds weird. He gives you the... He gives you the ticker tape that comes out as he's like taking down the dots and the dashes, and he's like, Honestly, at this age, I can't recall every telegraph that comes through here, but here is the ticker tape. If you have trouble deciphering it, I'll help you. But I think you and your brothers will be able to figure this out on your own.
I think we'll do just fine. Thank you very much, old timer.
Who you calling an old timer? I still got it. Anyways, with that,
Keep talking
You
to
just
his dad.
dislocated a hip.
I should sit down more.
Edgar doesn't have any hips.
Oh yeah, no, he's just a stool that rolls around the counter. Like his entire world is the perimeter of this post office.
Edgar, the hips don't lie.
The hips don't lie.
They don't.
He's stuck
Hips
to like an
don't
electrical
work.
attachment. It's like a bumper car. There's a little thing that keeps him stuck in the perimeter.
Can you please inflate my inner tube? I keep bumping into the... Okay, this is getting ridiculous. You get the ticker tape. You leave
Just
the post
now,
office.
Just now. This is the
Yeah,
line.
that's the
that we're
line. It's
Bumper
Bumper Car, Mr. McFeely is where I draw the line on ridiculousness. So you leave with the ticker tape in order. Billy, you have this tape. It doesn't make any sense to you. It's dots and dashes.
I don't know. Hey Troy, you able to, make anything out of this?
If you are decently clever, having worked with numbers and recognizing patterns, I think you'd probably be easily. You seem like the kind of character who would do Morse code for fun. So you
That or it's Pop. He's clever, apparently.
Wouldn't it be that I remember Morse code from the good old days? I think
This is true.
I invented Morse code actually. I paid a feller, and he invented this language for me, and I was married to him.
All
in
right,
fact.
Pop, whatever. 'Cause here's the thing. Just read it.
All right, I'm going to say that Angus and Troy together will decipher the ticker tape. In the meantime, Billy and 4. I literally read I and V on your nameplate. Billy and 4 are trying to figure out where to go next. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to use, even though you're not using it as a like a distraction or like yelling out numbers in a forceful way, there, Troy, I'm going to say your background, your... Actually, I'll do this. Angus, I will give you a +2 bonus from your son Troy's help for if you let me have a fate point. If not, I do not get the fate point.
No.
Fair enough. All right, so you would just roll a clever by yourself at a 1.
I got a 3.
You're like, I believe these dots and dashes are the long and the short sounds. That's as far as you've gotten with this Morse code.
For a 3?
Oh, a 3? I thought you said you had a 1.
No.
No, I have a 3.
Oh, okay. Sorry. 3 is good. Okay. So definitely, you go through the ticker tape. It is quite long. You realize you're just catching other people's conversations. Eventually, you find one with the word DuPont in it that you manage to cut out and sort of crop down to, here's a message that was sent either to or from the new sheriff.
Okay.
Yes, Margwin, Ivy is crushing the background game. So with that, I'll say, Troy, can you make a clever roll based on what was narrowed down?
It's 2.
2 total. 2 is good.
2 total.
So you see some mention of the word train and a date, and that date would be coming in tomorrow during the day at noon, at high noon.
High noon.
Oh, what did you slip in the Olive Garden?
It's in the background.
Oh, shit. Sorry, it's so small on my screen.
That's
That
what
is
I've been pointing at.
fantastic.
Hey,
That
got
is
Olive
so
Garden
good.
there. Holy crap.
So with that, Billy and 4, what are you guys discussing?
Yeah, I know he ain't the brightest, but he's good with the gun. 4, what are you feeling?
Why are you asking me?
I figure I'd see if you had an opinion for once.
It has been 2 hours since I have hit or shot something.
No, it hasn't. You just shot the dudes at the bank. It hasn't been 2 hours.
It feels like it has been 2 hours.
Oh.
I have hit or I have shot something.
That's okay. We'll get there. I think, Paul's working on something to allow you to shoot some more people.
Much obliged.
Yeah. Well, let's see. What else do we got in town aside from the Olive Garden? We're not going there. Every month, that endless buffet is getting so
So
tired.
Troy and Angus, you can recount with your other relatives that on this ticker tape that you're still trying to decipher, getting closer. You have made out DuPont and train at noon.
It's
Tomorrow.
got to be my honeymoon train, right?
It could be the gravy train. I don't know what this is. So where would you like to go at this point?
What else is there in town? What did we say?
There's
a
the
barber.
jail, the apothecary, a bank. Well, you've been to the bank, post office. Well, let's not go there again. There's a
No.
barbershop.
Well, see, since that new sheriff's daughter was making eyes at me, maybe I should go have a conversation with her.
Hey,
I'm going to recommend you don't do that.
Well, I think we had a connection.
And to be fair, you
or
did
is
ask
into
for
his step cousin.
you did ask for his opinion, and his opinion is
that's not how you connect.
We had a
That's
connection.
No, that's not connect. That you know what? You're getting there.
I think
one
you're
day.
wrong. I think you're wrong.
You know,
know
Thor, I think you could use a trim. How about you go to the barber?
that's up to you guys. I heard
I don't
the
know.
jail, but we can go to the barber. That being said, you have 15 minutes left in this scene.
Oh no!
I think we.
Look, Thor, I'm trying to avoid some awkwardness.
All right, so Troy,
We're not-
you hear the two brothers arguing between the jail
Brothers?
and the barber shop. Oh,
He's
sorry,
my nephew.
Nephew and
nephew.
uncle. Two relatives. God damn it! Troy, what are you going to interject?
I think the barber's been outside the whole time. I don't know if he's picked some stuff up. So I think we need to head to the Crowbar Hotel, see what's going on there. Because if there's truly trouble afoot, because this is what I'm thinking is DuPont's hiding something because she's using a fake name. She's got something. There's something on this train, and also just letting my brother, cousin, nephews know that. There's a train coming at noon tomorrow that probably has something very important. Like this is some important thing that she's waiting on.
Okay.
I think we need to get it before she does.
So
So I want to go to the jail though and see if we can maybe talk to some of the criminal elements to see what's going on.
sounds
I
good.
mean, we are the criminal element. I thought.
Well, you're the criminal element in power. In this weird marriage-driven family business. Regardless of which, so we have one vote for going to the jail. And
no.
then we have a poll in the chat. That'll be another vote. And then Angus hasn't weighed in. So
Well-
which way are we going to go, ladies and gentlemen?
Well, I'm boys. Look, we know how much I enjoy my zuppa toscana, and I could really use a little pick me up prior to the ceremony this evening. So my vote is going to be for the Olive Garden.
Oh, boy.
Paul, we're not going to the Olive Garden. We're going there for your wedding if it happens.
I changed my vote from the jail to Olive Garden.
God damn it!
Well, in that case,
What's the wait
Oh,
staff
looks like
gonna
the
tell us?
barber won.
the barber has
Oh.
one vote. So now we have barber jail, but we have two for Olive Garden. So I believe,
Damn it.
gentlemen, we are going to the Olive Garden. Apparently, that's where the clues are. Maybe it's at the bottom of the breadsticks. Hell if I know. Yikes. So you make it in. You're greeted at a wait station. A woman with black slacks and a white tucked-in shirt says, "Welcome to Olive Garden. Oh, the Burnsides. I have your table ready for you. Please come over here." And they start leading you
Oh,
inside.
thank you, Ruby. It's so nice of you to seat us today.
All right, she starts like blushing.
Is it Tuesday?
It is Ruby Tuesday.
Oh God, I hate all of you so much. So, with that, we go into the Olive Garden. You are set down at a table, and Mr. Angus, can I bring the regular the salad and the breadsticks?
Oh, no, Ruby. This is a fancy day, so we'll be having the zuppa toscana, and go ahead and bring me 2 bowls.
Oh, absolutely, sir. Yes, I just want you to know that the breadsticks and salad do come unlimited with both entrees.
Oh, I understand. I was not saying instead of. I was saying in addition to.
Oh, absolutely. Right away, sir. And with that, she heads to the back
Make sure
kitchen.
them breadsticks are hot now.
Oh, only the freshest. You're sitting around this table at the
why are we
Olive
here?
Garden. And you are continuing.
And whiskey, Ruby. Lots of whiskey.
Because when we're here, we're family. And also, when we're other places, we're also family.
Oh,
Also, we will not be cutting off the drinks. I think we need to keep them going.
Yeah, let's just keep the whiskey flowing at the Olive Garden. So with that, you make it in there. You're starting to decipher this ticker tape. You look over and you're just seeing your brother Troy, God darn it, your relative Troy, who's going over this ticker tape, looking at these dots and dashes, trying to figure out some sort of pattern. To you, it's just gibberish. Troy, you can make another check. This is clever. Oh,
I have a 0.
a 0. All right. As you are just about to decipher the next word in this,
No, hold on. Troy has a
stunt.
fate point he could use.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I totally. Yeah. So you could use banker, like that money background, to spend a fate point to either re-roll or add 2 to your roll. With 10 minutes left in the scene, it might be a good call.
I'm going to just go ahead and add 2. So I'm going to go ahead and bump it up to 2.
Good. So if there's a little plus minus underneath your character name, you can do that to bring your fate point down to a 2.
I think you just click the fate point circle.
Yep.
You can? Oh, neat. I didn't know that. Anyway, there it is.
I think for us, that's what it is.
Yeah, because we can't add fate points.
I have,
we don't see
I have a
points.
plus and
Yeah.
minus. I got it. Sorry, my interface looks different. So with that, before Ruby Tuesday makes her way back with the unlimited breadsticks at this goddamn table, you're going through the ticker tape, and you notice that it's actually a letter that was sent, not received, by Jane DuPont. And it mentions... let me find that. I just don't want to cheat you out of this. It mentions that she expects her belongings to arrive via the freight train that comes in tomorrow at noon. You notice that it is signed and like it says, "To my loving husband."
Wow.
Well, we ain't married yet. I don't know who that fella is.
Paul, I think we may need to deal with this.
All right, so with that, Ruby Tuesday comes back, leaves the breadsticks, and brings out the salad. God damn, why am I doing this? And takes out the cheese grater and starts to crank it. He's like, Angus, just like always, you let me know when, Big Daddy.
Can I get some fresh ground pepper?
Now, Ruby, you know that I can't handle the cheese, so we're just gonna crank that on back.
I can't reverse this crank I got going on. If that's when, Big, I'll just let go of this. Gentlemen, I can bring another salad out for your father. Why? Can we just stop? So with that, she's like, okay, when? And she leaves she's like, I'll bring you some lactose more. Some less lactose-inducing problems for you, sir. I have your own salad. Your
I need some
Angus
fresh
salad.
ground pepper on my salad. Can you come back?
All right. You notice
tell
that
you
she's
when.
awkwardly attracted to Angus, but Billy has no effect on this woman. I like him old and wrinkly. Anyway, with that, you go to your father, Troy, and show this. This was from, as you write it out on this Olive Garden napkin, that it was sent to her husband, and she is obviously fond of this man, and this was sent within the last few days.
Do we know who her husband is?
I got something. We do, and actually, this is what I'm going to tell you, is that she's actually married to an Italian gentleman whose name is Zuppa Toscana, And
the name was
it's
not noted.
Aw.
That was just
And
you tracing the menu. It just says to my loving husband.
That'd be
It happened to be on a
great.
menu, and it's that dish.
But that's common error when you read
Right,
things
that's
off of Olive Garden
very
menu.
fair, very fair.
But she's married to somebody else. It seems pretty clear. So whatever's coming on the train, we've got two big pieces of information here. There's a mysterious shipment coming on the train, and yeah, she's already married to somebody else.
She's probably
Man, I
married
can-
to that Ruth's Chris fella.
God damn it.
We're going to be sponsored and sued at the same time. I'm so excited.
Yes. Yay.
So with
Paul,
that,
that's so stupid. You might as well go out back and shoot yourself.
Right. That's right.
So I think before this wedding even happens, I think the next order of business is to get some more pepper on Billy's salad, and after we get that, then we need to talk to Jane. We need to before we have this ceremony. I think it's time to have some talking.
Why can't anyone respect the sanctity of marriage? 100 years ago, they wouldn't have any of these issues.
We know,
Now-
Paul.
Pa, you don't even remember 100 years ago. Hell,
Boy,
you don't even remember.
don't you
50
talk back
years
to me,
ago.
boy.
Pa, you don't even remember this morning.
You're right.
not wrong.
I do remember taking my drugs every hour, though.
The one thing. You got like a note tattooed on your arm to remind you.
No, there's an alarm clock on my horse Segway. So every time I get on it, it shocks me when I need to shock myself.
So Ruby comes out with your dish. She's like, I'm so sorry, Mr. Angus. This came out slightly burnt, but I do have a gift certificate for your next visit to
Salad?
the Olive Garden.
How do you burn soup?
I know.
This
I
soup-
thought it was
this
salad
soup is
that was burnt.
And I just don't want you to be disappointed. And we always take
Ruby,
care of you.
this is unacceptable. I'm going to need to speak to your manager, Dave Thomas. Okay?
She starts
I'm gonna need to
crying.
speak
She's
to your
like,
manager
you know,
immediately.
Dave died, but I can get Wendy if you want.
Oh, bring out Wendy, please.
God.
It's been a long time since I've spoken to Miss Wendy.
So with that, Ruby goes back, brings out Wendy, who has freckles and these red pigtails. Says, "What's the problem here?"
Hi, Miss
Old Angus,
Wendy.
you causing trouble again. You know I'm not taking any of your shenanigans.
Now, Wendy, look, I came here for 2 nice bowls of soup, and they're brought out burnt. How do you burn soup? I don't understand. Who y'all got working back there? Carl?
Well, wait.
It
Paul,
is
is it a
Carl.
cream
I
soup?
can get you a square hamburger if you want, but that's about it. I got him. And with that, you finish your meal. You pay your tab. You take your gift certificate.
I don't
we
pay
pay?
for anything. I don't pay for burnt
wait a
soup.
minute.
You put it on. You're right. You put it on your tab. You still get the gift certificate. Jesus. And then with that, you move over to the Hut of Pizza next door. Is that where we're going, guys?
I figured-
Ridiculous.
I figured we get some waffles, over
Oh
at our
no,
house.
there's no house for that. Moving on.
Damn it.
So with that, you know that a train is going to arrive tomorrow at noon. It's getting to be later in the evening after your Olive Garden siesta nap that you take, and now it's time to create your plan of what you're going to do about this train coming into town, which apparently has her belongings and possibly some sort of claim to the city. So, ladies and gentlemen, with that, we're going to take a quick little 5-minute break as these guys figure out what franchise we're going to bring into our game next. We'll return in about 5 minutes. Be right back, everybody. Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for watching our crazy RPG one-shot night we do at the beginning of each month. Today we're in a Western adventure with a family of confusingly related folks of the Burnside family, and they have just learned that Angus's future bride may be from a rival group of individuals called the DuPont family. Learning from a telegraph that was sent that this woman that's supposed to be married to Angus is already married, apparently, and the DuPont family might have some strange claim to the town, which may arrive on a freight train that's supposed to bring her other belongings as well. They know that this train is supposed to arrive at noon the following day, so we're going to say it's early morning of that day. You know the train's going to arrive at noon. What is your plan to thwart this disaster and losing power?
So to clarify, we pushed the wedding back a day.
Well, the wedding was at the end of the week, so this is still like midweek. You still have time.
Okay. All right.
So explosives, my area. We're just gonna blow up the tracks and derail the train. It's fine.
Yeah, I would say that Wendy's disposition towards 4 has been frosty at best. Sorry,
But,
shaking your head. Fair enough. I'll
Never given me the time of day.
I'll be here all night. So with that, we move on.
Oh, that one went right by me.
Really?
Yeah.
So moving on from there, what are you guys planning? Why don't you guys talk amongst yourselves a bit? You know this train's coming in. I know Billy wants to blow it up. Are there people on board?
The tracks, not the train. We gotta find out what's on there.
Yeah, I think we're good with that. We're gonna head upstream a bit, or whatever the train term is. We're gonna
Upstream.
We're gonna head upstream.
Is this an aqua train? Because I'm down for it.
The hydro train? No, I can't blow up those tracks.
We're gonna blow up the tracks. That's gonna force the train to either derail or still see the
Not a hydro
explosion.
train. Fuck.
Oh,
Just get rid of
stop
that. It's not a hydro train.
Okay, we're just going with the train. Sorry, I like
Yep.
hydro train.
How do I blow up hydro train tracks? I don't know.
So these, if you blow up, you can totally do this. You can totally blow up the tracks. However, if you do so, and they don't notice the damage to the tracks ahead, even if they do, it'll probably be too late. It could cause a crash, and if there's people, I don't know. It said
I was
freight
like,
train,
can we
so you would
research to
assume
find
there'd
how
be very
big
little
this-
people on board.
Would we have been able to say, like, the night before we were able to find out how big this train was? Like, in terms of, like, what's coming, people's, like, carts, stuff like that?
Yeah,
Was it
so
like a manifest
I'll say that
that
you've
we've able to
learned that
found?
it is primarily a cargo train, bringing in goods from various things, dropping off shipments such as DuPont's items, and then moving on to the next city. You know, there's at least the conductor, probably a few workers. You don't think there's a passenger train?
I'm thinking,
Now
though, a
listen
lot
here,
of it
boys.
is
Listen
wedding
here.
supplies
Listen
for
here.
Hold
Pop.
on, listen to Daddy.
Hold on.
All right,
Now,
Daddy.
back in 1922, your
year is
good
it?
old pops, your good old pops here, took down one of these here trains by simply riding next to it, hopping onto it, and taking control of the train. Now, I think that this is easily done. Myself being still very athletic on a horse, I think that we could easily take over this train without having to blow it up and possibly injure anybody, or blow up the crown jewel of our town, the Olive Garden.
Well, no one's gonna blow up Olive Garden, Pa. I
you
do
don't
say
know. You don't know how far that
True.
train's going to skid
Well,
into town.
we do it like a mile before town. It should be fine in theory.
Many miles outside of
All
town.
right, like 2-3 miles out. We're on horseback. Also, Paul, are your knees
4
good
miles.
enough to jump up onto a train?
Now look. I don't need the sass from you there, Billy. What I do need
It's not
is
sass. I'm like actually concerned. I don't know if your hoverboard goes high enough.
That board don't work on water.
Old Faithful ain't gonna be so faithful at
Wait,
a
hold on.
certain
Is this
point.
actually an aquatic train?
I
No,
don't
I just
know.
said that for Back to the Future reference. But yeah, we got rid of the aqua train. It is just a train now.
Just a train. Okay.
It's on like here. It's a magnetic. It's like floating. It's futuristic there.
Yeah, we stopped the
Well, look,
ridiculousness at Aqua Train, but we let the whole Ruby Tuesday slide.
Those
I
franchise.
Okay,
think
Carl
what
Jr.
we can do is we can set up the track explosion. I think that we can go forth and have the track explosion be a backup plan, a plan D, if you were. We'll try plans A, B, and C first.
I mean, I can make it really flashy. Like they'll just see a big boom and maybe want to hit the brakes.
It's still these locomotives may put on the
I
brakes,
know.
but it's gonna take
I need like 6 hours to get explosives out to be a big enough boom for them to maybe stop it from far away.
Mama
To
Whiskey.
make it-
Plan D for dynamite.
I like that plan.
All right. So we have Plan D. Do we have plans A, B, or C?
So plan A is going to be we're going to have Troy stand in front of the train with a stop sign.
Yeah, I don't love that plan. I'll be honest.
Well, we got to try it. You got to try everything once. Plan B is going to be to have Billy ride up next to the train and try and hop onto it.
I thought you were hopping on the train, Paul.
Well, as you pointed out, my knees aren't what they used to be, considering that they're missing. I think that we'll have to go with someone else jumping onto the train.
I mean, we could use 4 here. He likes jumping and punching things.
Plan C is for 4 to just punch the train off the track, and then if that doesn't work, then we'll go to Plan D and blow up the tracks.
So I'm gonna have to veto that Billy is Plan D, and that's gonna take him some time. So we can't be both hopping on the train and setting up the dynamite.
Yeah.
Well, I can give it a good old shot.
Wait. You're gonna okay. So Plan B is Angus gets on a ramp and gets some sweet air off his Segway onto the train.
Yeah.
Got it. What's Plan C? That's the only one I'm confused on.
Plan C is 4 punching the train off the track.
Right.
Paul, you know me. I don't mind punching pretty much anything, but a train.
You know the best part about these plan boys, they can all be happening simultaneously, and whoever wins.
Or you all lose. Anyway, 4. Your only qualm with Plan C is it's moving fast. If it was standing still, you have no problem punching a train. But its speed is what's giving you the.
I don't mind punching pretty much anything, but a train sounds like a bridge too far.
Oh, I think we need to back it up a little bit on like 2 of those plans. I like you launching off, getting air, trying to jump off, but let's not try to kill the help.
I'm opposed to being run over by a train, just for the record.
Are we the help in that scenario?
All helping each other. He was sacrificing you.
I was just sacrificing Troy. I mean, 4 would have survived.
4 might lose an arm.
He'll survive. I lost my legs.
You lost your knees.
Yeah, Paul, but I'm good at punching things. I need my arms to punch things.
Yeah,
I also need my arms to shoot.
You're right.
Things.
4. I should really trust you as my best man.
Wait, what?
So this meeting of strategy has taken 3 hours. The train will be arriving in the next couple hours.
All right.
Why don't we just go with the tried and true? We get on our horses, we chase the train, we jump onto the train, and we steal the things that we need to steal.
We might
Thank
not
you,
need
4.
to.
Thank you, 4. This is what I've been saying this entire time, and no one wanted to listen to me.
So you
When
have
did you
currently
say that?
5 plans.
Where? You said put Troy in front with a stop sign. Where did you say jump on the train and steal?
Well, that was my part.
All right,
I hate this
so
old man.
we have
Why don't we just be cowboys?
Plan A, sacrifice son. Plan B, Angus hops into the train. Plan C, 4 punches the train. Plan D, Billy sets up dynamite. And Plan E, be cowboys.
All right, let's just be cowboys, guys. I guess we're just doing that, huh?
Let's be bad guys.
Well, wait. Do we own the train? We own the town.
Yeah, but
We
that
might
doesn't
know
mean
the
you can-
conductor.
You can turn it off.
No, but we could just take it without it being
If you can get
stealing.
onto the train and talk to the conductor, yeah, you could
Oh,
probably convince him
all
that
right.
you're in charge.
All right, let's get on the train and talk to people. I think we can do that.
Hop on the train.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna do the plans in reverse order, starting with E. Billy, we have a couple hours left. I can say you can set up dynamite as a as like a fallback plan.
Okay.
So describe this dynamite that you're setting up. How much of a leeway are you giving yourselves?
Oh boy.
And how are you going to explain an exploding train full of goods in your town? Like,
Terrorist?
okay, let's go with that.
I don't
A
know.
terrorist known as the Burnsides.
No.
Be sure to pay your
Terrorists named
taxes.
DuPonts. We blame those DuPonts.
Ooh, I like that idea.
4, who said you could be smart? Like, good job, but who? How?
So smart, I'm stupid. So stupid, I'm smart.
But yeah, how? It's just literally, I think, like a bunch of barrels, of which, oh man, we're having to. Trying to think the best way to do this. Oh no,
So you have
let's get
barrels
in
of
horrible.
like black powder or like TNT that you're setting up on the thing. How are you going to trigger it, or is it something that happens when the train hits it, or what's happening?
That's what I'm debating. If I could have a way to trigger it, or well, I guess tech-wise, how far ahead are we getting on some things?
You
Grandpa's
can
running
get
on
away
steam
with a
power.
lot of things. Just
Okay.
use the last couple acts as a base.
I think
point.
I'd have a trigger for it, which would just be like, it looks like it's a Zippo lighter, but I just unlock it, and it's just like a flint that I roll, and it'll just like detonate the bomb once we get like a mile within it. It just,
Gotcha.
it looks like it's supposed to be it, but like it's my detonator.
All right, good. I just got to put in my Witcher thing.
Oh no.
Sorry. Big Witcher fan. Anyway, moving on with this. So we have our plan, and then we have our dynamite plan. So Billy, before everyone else saddles up, you go to the train tracks. You set up your powder. You make sure your detonator is synced up in some steampunky way that you can press the button or flick the flint, and it'll cause it to explode.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Everyone else, you saddle up, but I guess Angus is taking his Segway. Is that wrong?
Nope, you're right.
Cool. That
Or do you
works.
have like a racing Segway? It looks different.
It's flames painted on the side.
No, I have you're right. You're right. I do have a crime fighting Segway,
Is it the bull?
full with lights and sirens, so that everyone knows I'm coming.
Crime fight.
Is it the bull, or like is it bull shaped? Because that would just make your 50-foot bull.
No, it's water buffalo shaped.
Oh, okay.
So just so you know, if you plan on pinning this on the DuPonts later, having your signature Segway with horns might be a tip-off that it was you.
Well, you know what? Here's what I'll do. What I'll do. We will get out my my harness, and I will strap myself to 4, and I will just ride on the back of 4 until we get onto the train. Because we don't look. I'm the only one in this town that can afford a Segway. I don't want anyone else knowing that it was me.
That's fair. The Segway is the giveaway.
I think I may have lost all of a sudden this whole act.
All right, so your great-grandfather is riding you like a backpack. It's very much like Luke and Yoda, and you're heading towards the train. So we're fast-forwarding. The bomb has been set. The train has started. You hear the blow of the whistle as it comes around the tracks, moving at high speeds. You mount your horses. Are they all like regular full-bred horses? Do they have cybernetic enhancements in some way? That's up to you.
They're 1,000% Saber Rider horses.
Yes. So the Saber Rider theme song plays as you mount your majestic steel mounts, and Angus, you're double mounted on 4's steed as you gallop after this train. You know,
Yeah,
just
he's
like any other
definitely
Western
gonna need
movie.
like cybernetics to hold on Angus.
No, you need a
me
bungee
and
cord.
Angus.
Are you carrying him like a Bjorn, like in front of you?
I mean, as far as I care, we could be dragging him by. Well, never mind.
You're drawing and quartering your own great grandpa. Oh, geez.
Scratch him on with the bungee cord. There we go.
The man who raised you.
One of
Raise
them.
is a strong word. Let's move on. So, with that, you're galloping towards the train. You are starting to catch up with the caboose. What is your plan now, gentlemen?
Jump on the train. I can
Toss me.
Toss me. All right, Billy, you're used to these kind of flashy things. Why don't you roll a flashy roll? And I have a difficulty set for you to see if you either make it onto the caboose.
All right. Ooh, that is gonna be a 5.
All right, so you stand up. You hold on to the pommel of the saddle. You bring your feet up. You manage to stand completely on your horse, kind of like you're surfing on top of the saddle. You do a front flip and land on the top of the caboose. It's amazing.
Suck the landing. 10
Who's
points.
next?
I'm solid.
Yeah, you get a 10-10 landing.
Woo!
Troy, you are horrified.
This is not my day.
There might be a way you can bring this to your advantage in some way. If you approach it differently.
Come on, everybody, just jump on.
I assume at some point they're going to do something to make the train stop, so I'm just going to ride alongside the train for right now and see what happens. I'm not even gonna jump.
Coast and keep your eyes out to see what's going to
Yep.
happen. I like it. 4 and Angus together.
And a baby Bjorn.
Would you like
I
to toss
ride
your great grandpa to a
alongside
train?
and hope the ancient one decides to remove himself from my horse.
Well, he's attached to you, not your horse.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Yes,
how
toss
is this
him.
gonna work?
He either
Yeah,
has you. You're either backpacking him or fanny packing him. It's either front or back. I don't know.
I don't think either one of these are a particularly good option.
They're
I guess
not
I
great.
will try to dismount and jump onto, transverse to the train here.
All right. So just to be clear, you're dismounting your steed, but Angus is not dismounting you.
In mid-flight, I'll pull the quick release cord that will hopefully land me onto the train, or it might overshoot me. Who knows?
What is the quick? Oh, okay. So just detaches you from your great grandson.
Correct. Yeah.
Got it. All right. So let's do this. Tell me how you're doing this again, Angus. Four. How are you? Just you. No, don't worry about Angus. He has his own plan. How are you getting from your horse onto the train?
I'm just jumping. I don't think I'm doing it. I don't think I can. I guess I have to do it forcefully because I'm carrying,
That makes sense
a lot
to me.
of weight amongst my.
Hey.
He's very light.
Oh yeah, his bones are
260.
hollow like a bird. You're fine.
Well,
No
sure,
cartilage is
but
in
it's
there.
more weight than I would be jumping with otherwise.
Yeah, it's
all
like
I'm-
carrying
all
a
I'm trying
letter.
to say there, old man.
There's an extra 50 pounds on you right now.
Yeah. Roll a forceful roll.
You strong?
Hey.
That would be a 5. That would be a 5.
I like it. So you jump onto the back of the caboose and you barely grab the railing of the ladder that leads to the top so strongly that it actually bends in your grip. And you're just at that point, Angus pulls a ripcord that detaches himself from you and using the wind to carry him like a flying squirrel, grabs onto the ladder and scurries himself up. You have not seen him move that fast. He must be on drugs. And with that,
Oh, man.
3 of you have made it on, or you're on top, Billy. Angus and 4 are on the caboose making their way to the top of the train. Troy is riding alongside. Sound good?
Yeah.
Cool. Going back to Billy, what is your goal from here on top of the caboose?
So, being from the town of Burnside and probably seeing many of these trains come before, would I know generally where they would keep, like, say, the store compartment where valuables would be kept, potentially what we might be looking for that the sheriff would have?
So you can assume that there's the caboose, let's say 4 cars, and then the coal car that that they shovel that stuff in, and then the engine.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't know within those 4 cars what's what.
Okay.
You don't know the shipment or like how they store that.
Okay, that's fair. Well, I guess if nothing else, what should Billy
You
do?
do
I guess-
realize that if you took the time to search each of the 4 cargo train cars, you would hit the dynamite before you were done.
Okay, then I'm just running up, I guess, towards the caboose. I'm
All
gonna
right.
try to get
Normally
the
this would be
engineer.
a quick, but I think for your character it would be flashy. So let's see how you do.
Ooh, I like it. Ooh, that's gonna be a 1.
All right, so you leap from the caboose onto the next car. At that point, you barely make it. You grab hold and you slide back. So just your top half is leaning onto the top. You're using the rest of the turn to sort of like pull yourself up to the top of the second
Legs are
train car.
kicking.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
I'm like,
Barely holding on. And with that, we move on to Troy. As you are galloping alongside the train, trying to calculate the best way to, if you needed to jump onto this train, you do notice a few more figures appearing highlighted from the noon sun above, heading towards the train as well on horseback. So that's what's coming your way.
Okay.
No one else but
Okay.
you notices this.
Okay.
So would you like
So
to
I'm
act
gonna-
on that or continue with what you're doing?
I'm gonna go see who they are. Like I'm gonna, because there's no way I'm gonna jump onto this train right now. So I'm gonna just.
so you're gonna scout
go-
around.
Yeah, skip.
That works. Roll a quick roll for me, please.
Do I have a 1?
A 1? Okay, that's about average. So you managed to slow down enough to be able to traverse the track to the other side of the train to where the other figures are approaching, galloping up ahead beside it. You haven't lost any momentum, and you're using this time to look ahead to see who those figures are. And I'll tell you who those are in just a minute. Angus and 4, you managed to clamber your way, and you're both standing on top of the caboose. You see Billy is on the car ahead of you. What would you guys like to do?
I would think we start searching the cars, but I defer to the smarter of the two of us.
Well,
because I would not make this decision, I don't imagine.
I think probably the best thing to do is to split up.
Oh.
Works for me.
I think the best thing to do would be to push you off the train, but that's a whole other story.
That's rude.
Revenge! So with this, 4, I'm going to say make an action right now. 4, you're going to make an action right now because it's so loud up here that you can't really converse with your great-grandfather. Basically, you're just going to do something, and we'll see what he does.
Okay, I'm going to go into one of the cars and start searching.
Okay, well, currently you're on top of the caboose, so you could enter the caboose or try to jump across to the next car.
Okay, I'm going to jump across to the next car.
All right, cool. That's going to be a flashy roll.
Okay.
Did we confirm that this is not a passenger car?
You did. You know that there's definitely someone there's a conductor, obviously. There might be a couple workers somewhere on the train. You're not quite sure what their makeup is, but you know there's no actual citizens traveling from place to place. This is a cargo train. What did you get a total?
That's a 0. I'm going to use a fate point to roll again.
That sounds good. Oh, I did it twice, so you're at 2. My bad.
Sorry,
You go ahead. I don't. Yeah.
So that's a 3.
All right, with that, you're able to clear the gap and land on your feet, and now you're on the same car as Billy. Angus, you see your great-grandson jump across the gap, no problem. You're a little worried that you might not be able to make it. You can try.
I decided to plop down into the caboose.
That works. There's a little hatch in the top that you can open up and drop into the caboose. You don't need to roll for that. You fall into the back, and inside the caboose you see what looks to be sort of like maintenance equipment for the train, emergency gear if the train has any trouble and needs stuff on the tracks like flares, etc. But there doesn't seem to be anything else of value. There is a door that leads to the next compartment. Like you could open that and get
crawl towards the door.
That works. So with that, it's not locked. You can easily turn the I guess it's like a ship. I don't know how trains work, guys, but I assume you just open it up and you can get into the next car. Much easier to traverse than jumping across. So we'll get to that in a minute.
Okay.
Moving back to Billy, you are on top. You see 4 has jumped and landed on the same car as you. What would you like to do? You know you can't take the time to search every car. It'll take too long.
Nope. I'm just going to go take the time to still just run up to the front. I'll see if I can just
cool.
make my
Jump
way
another
up
car
there.
with Flashy. Oh, sorry. Is that what you're doing? I interrupted you.
Oh, yeah. I'm moving forward to the front. Just ideas. Yep. Get to the front. Maybe tell the conductor.
Jump a car.
To get him to stop. Yep. Jump a car for now. That's going to be a 4.
All right. Let's say you definitely backflip triple axle onto the next car. No problem.
Land.
4, as you have decently clumsily made your way across, you are just in awe of how Billy can athletically move and so quickly from top to top. With that, Troy, we're moving to you. You see the dress and sort of cybernetic horses of the old Ginger Gang, and it looks like they're running alongside the train. It looks like you're not the only one who wants to hold up this train today.
Oh.
So I recognize one of the people it's one of the guys who ran away, the guy who I tried to talk to, and
okay.
And so we already have a kind of a relationship, and so I say, hey, I think we're maybe after the same thing. Do you guys want to work? I basically try to appeal to see if they want to work with us.
All right, you're both on horseback and decently far away. This is not the time to conversation. You could yell. I'll let you yell a message at him, but I can't guarantee it'll work.
Yeah, I'll just say, hey, what are you guys up to? I'm just going to try to open-ended see what they're doing.
Okay, I'll let you choose between careful and clever. I kind of feel that's where it's leading. at this point?
I'll take the careful.
All right.
It's a 3.
All right, a 3. With that, you yell across at the compatriot that you've recognized before, and he starts turning his eyes towards you as you yell out. But then their leader, which you know, the leader of the Old Ginger Gang, is the dreaded Chuck E. Cheese, and he is here for vengeance. And he yells, and he's like, "Keep your eyes on the prize, boy!" And they gallop off. With that, you lose connection with them as they move towards the engine of the train. They're galloping. They're skipping all the cargo, going right for the engine. With that, we move to Ivy. You're on top, or 4. You're on top of the first car from closest to the caboose.
I want to enter the car that I'm on top of.
That works. You easily drop down inside. You see there's a few cows, some livestock that are being transported here. This looks more like a barn than a train car. It's all chickens and crates and cows.
Okay. Want to move forward in the next car.
That works. There's a door. You can open it and walk across without having to worry about jumping from car to car. Let's see here. Angus, you are in the caboose. You move into the next car. Is that what you said you were going to do?
Yes.
All right. You open the door. You see 4 and a bunch of chickens and cows.
Cool.
Yeah. Now you're both here. You can reconvene. There is a transparent kind of like frosted glass like window, a little dirty, that leads so you can see through to the next cars ahead. You think you see a figure moving ahead. You can't tell how many cars ahead it is though. But there's definitely not an animal, some sort of person, some figure moving ahead of you. With that, we move back on to, I lost my train of thought. We're back to Billy, I believe. Did I skip someone?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Billy's on top of the second car.
Okay. I assume maybe like I'm able to maybe see the Ginger Gang. I don't maybe know it's them, but just
some figures on horseback approach. You see that Troy has moved to intercept. Trying to keep your balance on top of the train. You can't make out any details at this point.
That's fair. But I just see someone else is coming.
Yeah, you do
Troy.
see that there are
fair.
other figures approaching.
All right. Well, I'll worry about that bridge when we get there. Just continue moving forward.
All right. Another flashy.
All right. Ooh, that's gonna be a 1.
A 1's going to be barely enough. So you slip a little bit. You land prone on top of the next train car. So you only have one train car ahead of you, and then the coal, and then that. Oh, you do have fate points. You do have stunts.
I do, but we'll go with that one for right now.
A 1 is okay. You did traverse.
Yeah, I still get
gracefully.
Yeah, I get across still, so that's fine.
With that, we move on to Troy. You realize that you're not going to be able to communicate with these people that are moving towards the engine, and you know that your family on board. You know that Billy probably has sighted them, but doesn't necessarily know the danger that's approaching. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna head back, and I think it's time to get on the train. So I head back towards the train, see if I can get on it.
I'm gonna say you're in between the first and second cargo car from the caboose. So there's caboose, first car, second car. You're kind of in between them. It'll be you can choose forceful or flashy to jump off your horse and land in between the cars. Your choice of either one. And you can roll and choose use point if you want.
I'll do the flashy one.
All right, let's do it. Oh, look at that. 4. All right. Just sort of like taking this time, you're like, you haven't always agreed with your family. You're sort of the meek one of the group, but you're like, it's now or never. My family's in danger. You sort of soak up your courage and leap off your horse and manage to land in between the cars. With that, we're going to move on to Angus and 4, who are together with a bunch of cows and chickens. What would you like to do? I guess it's 4 then Angus. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm moving into the next car, right?
Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I mean, I think I said at the end of my turn, I was moving to the next.
All
so
right.
as I'm in between the 2 cars,
Yep.
I'm going to take my gun and fire it into the air.
Oh, okay, cool. I like it. Here's what happens. You take your gun, you fire it in the air. At that same point, your uncle lands in your arms as he jumps between the cars, and you manage to stabilize him on this point as he jumps off his horse. And this is the single most heroic thing you've seen him do. So that's currently what's happening right
A
now.
little respect earned, not much.
Yeah. You open the next car and move inside. I'll tell you what you see in just a minute. Angus, you hear a gun fire off.
Oh shit! It's
Time for
to go,
plan A.
So I decide to take my hourly intravenous adrenaline.
Okay.
And stab myself.
Very good.
And continue to crawl forward.
That works. The next time I have you guys roll initiative for whatever reason, you're going to get a +2 for sure. Cool?
All right.
Awesome. So with that, you feel the strength return to your legs. You feel anything below the hips again, and you start moving towards the next door. Opening up, you see just Four and Troy move into the next car ahead of you. So the three of you are kind of reconvened, moving into the next car. Make sense? Yep, cool. All right. With that, we're going to say we're going to go back to Billy.
All right, Billy just running to the front. He's doing his thing.
All right. You are currently on the second to the last cargo car, I think.
All right, I rolled another 1.
That's still enough. You're starting to get a little winded. You
fine.
do notice as you jump in, as you hear this gunshot behind you, the horses that are galloping towards the engine are startled. They start neighing, and you realize that they're like, okay, now we need to start jumping onto the car. So the figures that are on there have realized they're not going to make it all over the engine. They're going to abandon their horses and jump onto the train.
Oh, no. Okay.
Moving on to Troy, as you and your relatives move into the next car, you realize this room is full of boxes and trunks. It'll take you a decently long time to pry them open and see its contents. That shadow that you saw in the cars ahead is still there.
I'm gonna pick what I think is the fanciest looking box. What looks like it's the most, ornate, and just start opening in that one, because I have a feeling there's one that looks like it could be somebody who's got money.
Works for me. There's some you find an intricately sort of packaged crate, and in Italian on the side it says fragile, so you figure that's probably the one we need to open. You are going to have to pry this open because it's nailed shut, so you're going to have to make a forceful roll.
Okay.
Oh,
hey!
Damn! All right.
Boom.
Okay,
Look at that.
So just running on the pure adrenaline of jumping off a horse onto a train, you just tear the banker rage, tear this top off of this crate, and inside you find a bunch of female clothing. Very fancy, well sewn. Definitely someone of money. But that's all you find in this crate.
Okay.
4 in the same crate as you see Troy rage open a crate full of women's clothing. Would you like to try it on? All right.
Yeah, at this point, I want to. I mean, the whole reason so the shadow didn't. Did the shadow have any reaction to the gunshot?
Not that you could see, because that was in between tracks or between cars. I figured you shot that in between the first and second car on the outside.
Yeah.
You saw like some sort of shape moving in this frosted glass between. As you move into this car, you realize that shadow is like a few cars ahead of you.
Yeah, I was still hoping it was going to be loud enough that he could hear it. I mean, if the horses...
Yeah, if he heard it, he didn't seem to react.
Okay. At this point, then I'm going to chase. Then my goal, I'm telling the rest of the group, the rest of the party, my goal is I'm now concerned about that guy, and obviously I'm not smart enough to discern whatever. At this point, I'm direct to action, right? I'm chasing after the shadow because I'm more concerned about that.
So you dart towards the next car.
Exactly.
Perfect. Angus, what do you think about this?
I'm following 4.
All right, great. So you're both. Your goal is to figure out what this figure is. Troy is opening some crates. Billy is on top, realizing that the old ginger gang is making it onto the train. So I'm gonna add them to.
Chris, a quick question.
Sure.
Has Troy told us about the ginger gang yet at this point?
Oh, yeah.
I don't think he did, but if you want to, you can.
Hey guys, the Ginger Gang's here.
All right.
I'm
For
up
some
top.
reason,
I
I
don't know
can't
that.
type into this area for some reason. So I'm
Well,
just gonna
Billy's
type
seen it. Billy, have you seen?
I've seen somebody riding up. I haven't been able to identify who they
Okay.
are. I just know there's another party here now.
So how many of them are there?
That's what I'm getting to right now. There are 6 of the regular thugs. There is a leader who you can't make out right now. But you know that the leader's name is Chuck E. Cheese.
Good old Chuck.
Just Chuck. Yep.
Chuck E. Cheese.
Easter ends for Eustace.
I mean,
Yes,
what
absolutely.
I'm really curious about, Chris, is was that his name at the end of the world building session yesterday?
No, not at all. His name is that
Yeah,
from the chat.
Yeah.
From where
Or
this
E for
adventure is
easy.
taking us. I won't tell you his original name right now. You'll have to figure that out.
Aw.
But anyway, so you'll see here the old Ginger Gang. This is 6 members, and then the leader has its own thing. The boss has his own thing. Make sense?
So essentially, one stress per member.
1 stress per 2 members,
Yeah.
or 1 box per 2 members. But each one is labeled 1, 2, and 3. It's wonky. It doesn't make a lot of mathematical sense. Just the way the game works. That being said, though, they have that thing where they don't do well as they're outnumbered. So the more you whittle them down, the weaker it gets.
Sure.
Akin to a swarm in D&D. Cool. So that's what you see, Billy. You notice that the bad guy leader, Chuck E. Cheese, leaps off his horse with no problem, making it
Fuck.
onto. So you're on the 3rd car. There's 4 cars.
Okay.
Caboose car 1, 2, 3, 4. He makes it
Okay.
in between car 3 and 4. You're on top of 3.
Okay, so he's
That'd
like
be-
right below me. technically?
Correct. While that's happening, the 6 members of the old Ginger Gang shoot at you with their guns.
Oh
so,
no.
They're gonna roll to shoot. How are you gonna avoid this?
Can I actually pull a stunt by using like flashlight, essentially just send out firework? That would
Yeah.
be maybe not hit them, but yeah, it's like it's gonna explode, flare.
You can like slam it on the ground in front of you like a ninja
kind
dust
of, yeah.
cloud and hit the ground.
Or just like I launch one out and it just explodes and it looks like
Yeah.
a rose, and then
So-
smoke just goes in their face.
Yeah, so you can use your stunt for that. So that's going to
Okay.
be a +2 to your flashy, which is, so you're going to add 5 to your roll. I'm
down
going
for
to add
that.
a total of 3 to my roll.
Whew, 6.
So my total is 5. So with that, you take no damage as you rolled high enough that you slam this on the ground. They're unable to pinpoint you, and these gunshots are going wild. Everyone inside the
Just
car
dancing around it.
hears all those gunshots because it's from 6 different people. We are just so I don't lose track, I'm gonna actually drop Billy's initiative there so I remember. We're not in initiative, just so I don't skip anybody. We're now moving on to, I think it was Troy now, who's inside the car with 4 and Angus. You hear gunshots coming from outside.
Oh no.
Let me look at my stuff here. So I'm going to continue my uncharacteristic streak, and I'm going to actually go ahead and use my. I'm going to. They're shooting in the car next to me, right?
You just hear shooting outside of the train. You're not sure exactly
Okay.
where it's coming from.
Okay, so I'm going to go towards the gunfire. I'm going to head towards the direction that I hear the gunfire.
All right, that is the same direction that Angus and 4 are heading.
Okay.
Sound good? So you follow the rest of your family, leaving the crates behind. 4, you're kind of leading. You have you, and then and then Angus behind you, and then Troy behind Angus. You open the next car door, and in this room, I'll let you decide. What do you see here? It's definitely not the belongings of someone. It's definitely not livestock. What else could there be?
I imagine it's a passenger car, perhaps.
I was hoping there'd be no people involved with this, but we can say
Yeah.
it's a surprise
No,
passenger car.
Not-
You want to do that?
Not necessarily a full passenger car. But
Oh,
it's-
okay. So it's just
Right.
an empty passenger
it's-
car, or
I
there's
mean,
some
like
people
a
here?
mixed use, right? There's some storage, but I would imagine this is where our shadowy figure is.
It's like a crew car.
Oh, okay. I
Here we
like
go.
it.
Yeah.
All right. As you run through here, you break into this passenger car. You can see that there are the different benches facing each other, heading all the way down the car. You see a figure on the far end who has grasped the latch to open to the next car. Hearing you enter, he's wearing this black hat and sort of a black coat around him. He turns towards you, and you see a slight smirk go across his face. That's going to be the end of your turn, but before Angus acts, as he turns around, you see this half of a man's face with a smirk. He turns towards you. This entire half of his face is just a cybernetic reconstruction. And he looks towards you and says, Dad, it's been a long time. And you realize that this is Angus 3 that you have not seen since the war. Half rebuilt at this point. And at first you're happy to see your son and then confused as he draws an intricate gun and aims it directly towards your head. So Angus, what do you want to do?
He's more evil now. Kill him.
Well, son, never thought we would arrive at this point. But I guess one of us had to die one day.
He screams like, you never even looked for me. The DuPonts found me and they paid for this. And he points to his entire body, which is like half human, half just reconstructed exoskeleton. And he's just shaking in rage.
So he's like the Terminator?
He's like the Terminator. And RoboCop.
Oh,
no. Automaton Constable. So with that, I'm going to add him. And at this point, everybody, we need to roll initiative.
Oh, no.
So everyone roll a quick.
Oh, no.
And keep that a secret for now. Let me just get this going on here. This is Angus the Third.
But the war.
We can rebuild him. All right, let me roll for... So the way Fate Core works is, or Fate Accelerator works, I get to roll one time, but I can choose my best guy for the modifier. So my best modifier is a +3. I got a 4. Did anyone get higher than a 4? Nope.
What are we? Is it just the roll?
Just quick. Quick. So your quick skill added. 4, 3. All right. So what's going to happen is I'm going to use all my bad guys. Oh, no. Sorry. I choose a bad guy, one of these 3, and then I choose the next person to go. I can choose myself, or I can choose to spread my guys out throughout the turn. I'm going to start with the old Ginger Gang, and they're going to shoot at Billy.
Can we reset Troy and Billy?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Boop, 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 boop. This is a new round. We all good?
Yeah,
I'm going ahead and I'm rolling at you. They are good at outnumbering people, so they get a bonus to this. I have sugar. I'm going to use a fate point and roll again.
Who's that towards?
Oh, God, you.
Oh,
that was
okay.
no better. So I have a total of a 2.
Okay. So I guess flash again. I'm just going to try to... Is that what I'm doing, or they're just hitting me?
Well, you can do flash again. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I'm going to say eventually you're going to run out of this.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
I'll let you do it one more time.
Well, I'll hold on to that one. So
Okay.
I take 2 damage.
Oh no, you can still do a flashy dodge. You just don't get the bonus.
Okay, yeah, I'll just do a flashy dodge then.
Sure. So you just roll your flashy.
Hey,
Total?
4.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You dodge out of the way. So you just hit the dirt, and they just can't get the angle on you correctly. You notice that some of the members are starting to climb onto the train.
Oh no.
That is the end of their turn. I'm going to say that Billy goes next.
Okay.
So mark your little dude and take your turn.
Yes. I'm going to keep moving. Like, I've come this far. I'm trying to get to the front at the very least.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to have to do. So yeah, I just keep moving forward.
All right, so you're
Just
ignoring the
jumping and
shots.
dancing.
You're just going to jump onto the final car.
Or like, I guess jump down and in.
You want to jump down and in? You know
Yeah,
that's
why
where
not?
the boss is.
Oh yeah.
Up to you. You might be able to get a jump on him.
Let's see. What am I forced? Not that great. I'm gonna have to jump down though because I got so many guys. Crap.
All right.
Wait, which boss is? I guess it's
This is Chuck E.
Chuck is in
Cheese.
front of. Fucking Chuck. Yeah, I gotta jump down because I'm having 6 people shoot at me and I can't stay up there. So
that
one
works. So
is
you
better,
move down for better or for worse. So make a quick roll,
All right.
and I'm going to roll something in opposition.
That's gonna be a 2.
All right, that was one more than me, so that's enough. You make it down, and then you're face to face with this hideously pockmarked man with like a bandana just sort of loosely around his neck. And he looks at you. He's like, "Oh, time to play!" And he pulls out his gun and aims it directly at you. You get to choose who goes next. Say that again.
Cheese whiz gun.
Cheese whiz gun. Yes.
Yes.
With that, he just fills you full of tokens. You get to choose who goes next.
Troy, get it going.
Troy's up. Mark your little buddy and take your turn. You're currently in the same car, seeing your long-lost brother half rebuilt and full of anger.
And he's the only one. The gang and everybody else isn't here.
He's the only one in here, and he's unrelated to the old Ginger gang as far as you know. Make sense?
Yep. I'm gonna try to reason with him. I'm gonna tell him my tale as somebody who was. I said, hey, I was away from the family too. I understand what it's like. I'm just gonna try to appeal to his as a fellow outsider.
Okay.
I'm gonna see if he could just say, hey, this is come home.
That works. This is gonna be a very difficult roll, but we'll see how you do. So this is gonna be, you can choose careful or clever, your choice.
I'll use careful.
All right, that's more empathetic. Let's see how this goes.
Oh!
He's going to roll against it. He has the aspect of doesn't get along with family, so that does give him a bonus. Oh, okay. So what are you saying to him specifically?
Look, I've spent most of my life apart from this family. I don't know what you've been through. But this is all, like, we're all we have. Come back, like, just stop shooting us and be
I like
part
that.
of our family.
What
again.
is your total number that you rolled?
I rolled a 6.
A 6. All right,
a 3 plus, yeah.
All right, my total was a 1, so I'm going to take 5 stress. That's because that's the 4th box in the 1st box. Make sense, everybody?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And as you say this, you're starting to get through to him, and then you refer to him as Angus, like you just, because you haven't seen your brother in so long, and he just says, "I'm not called that anymore. I'm not. You don't call me. That's in the past. Now you call me Tim Horton." And he draws his gun and aims it directly at you. So you did cause some stress to him, but he is now adamant of this is where he's going at this point.
Okay.
Good roll, though, because that's going to really cripple him. You get to choose who goes next.
Grandpa, I think Angus. Grandpa.
All right. Angus, mark down your little buddy and then choose what you'd like to do.
I definitely heard Genghis.
Genghis?
Better than anus.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. All right. Man. So I'm in the car with Tim Horton, right?
You're in the car with everybody except for Billy.
Okay.
Billy, you know that dynamite is close up on the tracks.
Yep. Oh, I'm aware.
So I think what I'm going to try and do, right, is I'm going to try and lasso his feet together to try and trip him.
Ooh, okay.
I would argue I'd argue that that's a clever thing to do.
I was going to say quick.
Quick?
I was going to say quick. But you know what? I'll let you roll clever if I can have a fate point. Otherwise, you have to roll quick.
Quick shit. Yeah, you can have a fate point.
All right, that works. So you can roll clever on this.
So I get a 2.
All right, he gets to roll to defend. Oh, he got a 0. All right, so with that, you wrap. Are you trying to create an advantage on him? Is that basically what we're doing?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So I'm going to call that a boost. So this is going to be for some reason, this boost here that I can't type in for some dumb reason, this is the lasso, which anyone on your team can invoke for free for a +2.
Okay.
As his feet are wrapped up. Very good. So you get to choose who goes next.
4, you're up.
All right, Troy. No, Troy already went.
No, Troy already went.
4.
He said 4.
Oh, 4. Sorry. Troy, mark your little buddy.
Fix it.
Yep. And then 4 is up.
All right. So I look at my great grandfather and I say, "You lied to me." And I look at my father and I say, "You want to say he never came for you? You never came for me." And I turn around and walk back out of the car.
Oh, just leaving him alone.
Oh, damn!
Uh-oh.
That is so good. I'm going to say, because I totally missed this, and I apologize, Ivy, your character's going to earn a fate point, because I meant to say, as soon as you saw Jane Lone Star appear, you just have this flashback of the person that killed your father. So, which is this man. So, you're having these conflicts. So you'll earn a fate point, because I forgot that, and you are walking out of the car. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I was trying to add fate points and I used all my fate points. So I should
here,
have
let me
3.
give you one. How many did you have?
I had 2, so I should be at 3.
There you go. Cool.
Thanks.
Awesome. So, 4 just walks out of the car. You get to choose who goes next. You can choose either. Well, it really isn't going to matter. You got Tim Horton or Chuck E. Cheese. Me? That works. I'm going to start with Chuck E. Cheese as he attacks Billy. He's going to forcefully try and pistol smack you right in the face with the butt of his pistol. This is going to be forceful. He's going to get a +2. That's going to farts. I'm going to use a fate point and re-roll that. All right, I got a 2.
Can I do a quick to try to dodge?
Yep, absolutely.
Out of the way? Okay. So then let's do that. Come on.
Jesus.
Hey!
All right, you usually just sort of dodge out of the way. No damage is done. He takes his turn. We move on to Angus. Tim Horton. He aims right at Angus proper and tries to shoot you. He's going to use forceful. He has a gun that's literally mechanically attached to his hand, so he gets a bonus from that. So his total is a farts. I'm gonna add 2, and then I get my +2. So I have a total of a 2. This music's terrible for this scene. Let's see if I can find something better.
It's very happy music for what's happening right now.
This is
Ted's son, father just came back.
Yikes. All right, cool. So that'll reset. Sorry.
Tim Horton's enjoying his reunion.
What are you doing there, Angus?
So I'm going to try to flashily get out of the way.
That works.
So I get a 2.
All right, I have a 2 as well, so nothing happens. You just dodge out of the way. No one takes any damage. I'm going to say, so when you succeed just barely, it's like the objective is there, but something sort of bad happens. So I'm going to say you fall, you jump into like one of the little passenger benches. So you're kind of like sitting in it inside this little thing, but you did not take any damage as it just sort of chips the wood next to your shoulder. But you're kind of like trapped in this little area. With that, all the characters have gone. So now, everybody, we reset and we have a new round. Everybody's going to roll their quick. I get a +3. I have a total of a 3.
3.
I win ties. Anyone get higher than a 3? Then I'm going to go first.
Okay.
Starting with the old Ginger Gang members, I'm going to say that they are moving on. They see Troy emerge from the back of one of the cars. Troy, they're moving into attack. Oh no, sorry, not Troy. It was 4. They're moving in to attack you as they see you emerge from this train car. Sound good?
Okay.
So they're gonna attack you forcefully. My total is gosh darn it, my total is a 0. No, +2 is a 0. I'm running out of fate points. I'll take the 0. What are you going to do to avoid that?
I'm going to dive out of the way quickly.
All right, cool. So roll a quick.
I'm gonna use a force point and roll again.
That works.
It's gonna be a 3.
All right, that's enough. So with that, as they start shooting, as soon as you walk out of the door, the bullets start flying. So you just slam the door back and sort of use it like a shield. So you realize that you're surrounded by people on the outside. That is their turn. I'm going to choose that Chuck E. Cheese goes next and is going to friggin' hit Billy. Forcefully.
No.
How do I always get -2? I'm using the fate point. I want one of you guys to die.
No.
I have a total of a 4.
So real fast, like, what's in the room around me?
You're not in a room. You're in between two cars.
I'm between. Okay.
There's a ladder. That's really about it.
Okay. Shit. Well, I guess I'm just gonna do quick again and just try to dodge out of the way.
Right.
He's trying to hit me. That's all I really got
So
right
I have
now.
a 4.
Oh, okay. I got a 4.
Jesus! So you were disabled. So like he comes in swinging. You manage to like duck behind the ladder as he just clangs against the metal of the ladder. He's gonna choose. Is there any reason for Angus not to? No, Tim Horton's going next. The only person standing outright in this area is Troy. Troy, because you initially talked him down, I'm only going to give him a +2 rather than a +3 when trying to shoot you, because he's a little hesitant to murder his only brother. So guys,
Only
every
brother?
roll is a -2. So,
I'm still here. What's his only brother?
I
shit?
have only brother in the car. You're outside the car.
doesn't
So
know I'm
I have
here.
a total of a 1.
So I have a total of -1, but I'm going to go ahead and use. I realize that I'm in trouble right now, so I'm going to go ahead and use my one-time stunt.
Okay.
For family rivalry.
Yep.
So I can use any of my family member stunts a little bit less. So actually, I'm going to go ahead and. Earlier, I stole some of the drugs from Angus.
Ooh.
So I'm going to go ahead and give myself a shot.
Cool.
Which will take me up to 0.
So you have currently a 0.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, cool. So I have a 1. So you take 1 stress.
Okay.
Don't forget
See?
about the lasso.
Oh yeah.
You could invoke that if you wanted to, but on this boost, as soon as you do that, it's instantly gone.
I'll take 2 stress.
All right. Oh, it's just 1.
Okay.
So you can fill in the first box.
Where do I mark that at?
With that, I'm going to say, Troy, you go next.
Hi, papas.
Let me mark this.
I know you just want to be in front of the camera,
Oh, my
buddy.
goodness.
And you should not be
that's a
though.
lot of
Okay.
beauty.
Thank you.
So I have used my my one shot.
Once a game. Yep.
Yep.
But it did save you.
It did.
But now you have your actual action.
Yep. So I'm going to go back to the. I think I'm still 1 train car away from the one that had all where the women's clothing was.
Yep.
So there's a bunch of crates in there. So I feel like I'm going to head back there, and there's probably a lot of good places to hide. So I'm going to head back there and try to hide.
All right. I need you to roll a quick because you're currently in a firefight.
You're gonna leave your father?
Yep. Apparently, so I got 1.
1.
You're dead to me, Dad.
So you run out and you bump directly into 4, who's also heading that direction, and so now you're currently stuck between 2 cars. But you do make it out of that room. Make sense?
Yep.
All right. Mark your little buddy, and then Troy, you get to choose who goes next. Yeah, everyone left except for Angus.
I'm gonna let 4 go since I just ran right into him.
Mm-hmm. 4,
Yeah, I'm
you're
gonna
up. You have
shoot-
people shooting at
I'm
you
gonna-
from the horses on the sidelines.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Wait, the Ginger Gang is still on the horse?
So the Ginger Gang members are on horses. The only one on the train currently is the Chuck E. Cheese. They're heading towards the train. Looks like they're ready to board. But they decided when you emerged to shoot you with their guns from their horseback.
Are they close enough that I could try to jump on him? Try to.
It will be flashy,
Ooh.
but pretty badass if you can do it.
Yeah, that's my goal.
Cool.
I'm gonna try to jump on the closest Ginger Gang horse.
All right.
I'm gonna use a fate point to. Is that
Well,
a
you can
plus
roll
2?
and then see if you want to use the fate point.
Can I? I thought I could send a fate point in advance, and it's a +2. Or am I getting that wrong?
It's best to do it after, because you can do the +2 after.
Okay.
It's always best to roll first in this game.
Sure. So that's what I'm going to do. So it's a flashy roll.
Hey, +2 though.
So
2's good.
What's your total? Is your
You
total
could
2?
probably use the fate point.
That's
yeah, I'm going to use the fate point to make it a plus. So I've got a 0 +2, and then I'm going to use a fate point to make it a plus for a 4. A net
4 total?
Yeah.
All right, cool. They're going to roll
They're not allowed to roll.
No, they can oppose you.
No, they're not
They
allowed
say
to roll for that.
we say no.
They
Is
are
the
allowed
horse
to.
rolling?
So, as he sees you about to jump on, he's going to try and quickly move away. He's going to get a +2 to this roll because their bonus is
Oh no.
better when act or what was it exactly? It was they kick ass when there's more of them than you is what it is.
Yeah, but I'm only trying to jump on one of them, not all
I
of them.
know, but it's one dude. In the
There's still more of
game.
them.
Let's
There's
see how it
multiples.
It was worth a shot,
goes.
Chris.
I have a 4 as well, so there's no harm, no foul. It just doesn't work because we're tied. So
Right. So does that mean that I miss
Is he off?
and land on the ground and am now left behind on the train?
Or are they both like fighting on the horse because neither got knocked
No,
off?
I'm going to say that what happens is you both size each other up and you realize there's no opening, so rather than risk yourself, you just don't do the jump.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
So with that, you can choose who goes next.
I am going to choose Ancient. The Ancient one.
All right, Angus, you're left alone with your long-lost son. Mark off your little happy man and then choose what you'd like to do.
Do I have any weapons?
That's up to you.
Probably.
Your Segway can shoot rockets for all I care.
He didn't bring the Segway though.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I rode it on a horse.
You were on a backpack. You just have your flying squirrel outfit.
As a yeah, we're gonna do this. All right, so I'm going to try and be a clever boy, and we're going to persuade good old Tim Horton that he needs to come back to the light side,
Okay.
and join us in defeating the DuPonts.
Okay. He still has his bonus of doesn't like family, so he's going to get a bonus to this. But you can go ahead and roll.
5.
Oh wow.
Sugar. All right. I get a +3 to this roll
Do I have to decide if I want to use a fate point before?
before I oppose. Yeah. Sorry,
Ah.
I failed. Does that make you
Hey.
feel better? Sorry, I should have let you finish.
I was going to use a fate point, but
I won't. If you want, okay. So if you want to use it, you now have a 7,
Yeah.
right? So you have a 7. I have a 2. Even with my fate point, there's no way I can beat you. Well, let me make sure the shifts are right. So if you have 7, I have a 2. I'm gonna take 5. That'll convince him. Shit. So between Troy's initial weakening of his psyche and you coming in to sort of sympathizing with his, just showing that you missed him, he says, "I'm sorry, Pa. That DuPont woman, she tricked me in some way, and before I knew it, I was married to the lass."
Oh.
And with that, he's like, "Let's get out of here. I'm on your side now. You did it."
you know the rules, son. I get to marry the sheriff.
You get the deputy. The only person left is Billy.
Yeah. Could I try to trip Chuck E. Cheese off the train?
Yeah.
Because I don't think I can fight him brawl enough, but I want
Right.
to see if I can trip him to get him to go off.
That's going to be a quick.
That's a quick? Okay. Quick sounds good. And then, I'll spend the fate point to give myself +2 on top of that.
Total?
Yes, so that'll be 5.
Got it. He gets +2 to this. Defense. 3. I'll use all my fate points to tie it. I have a 5 as
Damn it.
well. You're unable to kick
Okay.
him off. So you're just fighting in between. It's very like Jet Li style, where you're just trading off punches in this very enclosed space, but neither of you is able to get. I have no fate points left though.
Yay!
So if I am correct, after Billy, we have finished everybody. Is that right?
Yes.
All right. So we're gonna reset. Just know now that Angus, the third Tim Horton, is no longer a bad guy. He's on your team. Sound good? All right, everybody, roll initiative. Don't forget to add your +2 there, Angus, because of your drugs. I'm rolling for Chuck E. Cheese with a +3. I have a total of a 3.
So do I.
I've been rolling balls. 4.
I have no idea, by the way, that my dead brother is back and is now part of the family. I have no idea that has happened during all of this.
So Troy, did anyone get higher than a 4? 4 had the 4.
Yeah.
All right, 4, you're first.
Shoot him.
Yeah, I kind of want to do the same thing because I mean I have an end game in mind that I don't necessarily want to share yet. But
let's do it. Same roll.
Same roll.
And you can choose to use the fate points after the roll.
I don't have many left, so
total.
2.
Would you like to use a fate point?
No.
Okay, so your total's a 2. I'm going to try and impose it. I have no fate points, but because they're still outnumbering, they do get a +2. 2. Nothing happens.
Yeah.
Unable to do it at this point. With that, you get to choose who goes next.
Billy.
All right, mark your little happy man there. 4, and then Billy, you do the same, and then take your turn.
I'm gonna try again just to trip him and get him out of here.
Let's do it.
I think that's gonna be my best bet because I'm not a really good fighter.
At this point, it's gonna be forceful.
Okay. Oh, it's forceful. Oh shit.
Yeah. So you currently have a 0 plus your forceful because he sees it coming now.
He's what?
He sees it coming now, so you're kind of like trying to kick him off.
That's fair. That's fair. I already made the roll, so dang, that's gonna be a 1.
Follow a fate point.
You can use a fate point to reroll or add 2. I'll oppose after you're done.
Yeah, I'll spend a fate point to add 2 to make it a 3.
Your total's a 3. All right, he has +2 to this defense roll.
That's fine.
Fuck!
Fuck!
All right. As you come in to push him, he just grabs your wrist, pulls him closer to you. So now you're like right neck to neck with him, and you just smell his foul, cheesy rat breath. So when it's his turn,
little kiss ass face.
You get to choose who goes next.
Old man, you're up.
Angus, you're up.
Here we go. Are you ready?
I don't think so.
All right. So, Tim Horton is now going to backpack me. So I'm climbing on Tim Horton's back.
Yes.
And I'm going to stab him with the IV adrenaline.
Oh, give him the what is it? The Fast and the Furious like knocks like boost.
Right. Exactly.
Nitro in the vein.
He is half cybernetic. It affects him more than it affects me.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, that's awesome. Yes, absolutely. So you're currently backpacked by Angus. Just to make things simpler, I'm going to say you and Angus are now a unit, and you act together. Makes sense?
A soul. We're a single item.
You're a single item, yes.
Oh,
it's just like old times, Papa. Me, you, and Edgar. Go. So,
right.
what would you like to do with your new steed?
So Tim Horton is going to. What are Tim Horton's stats? Is he strong? I assume.
He is very strong, very fast. He's just pretty much badass. I'll basically tell you when you get a bonus or something.
Okay. So Tim Horton is going to run towards the action.
Yep.
And he's going to try and shoulder
time out.
check.
We have 2 actions. Behind you, you have Troy and 4 fighting the old ginger gang. Ahead of you, you hear a scuffle between Billy and Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah, we're going to head towards Chuck E. Cheese. We're going to try and shoulder check Chuck E. Cheese off the train.
Sounds great. Roll a forceful roll. What is your forceful?
I'm not doing it. Tim Horton's doing it.
What is your forceful?
Oh.
A 1.
Okay, so you're going to add a total of a 4 to this.
Okay. What do you want?
Because you roll your dice
fate-
and add a
I'll fate point it.
You can roll for. Okay, so you have currently a 3. You're fate pointing. I might be delayed.
Yeah, so I have a -1, so that's a 0, right?
+3 is 3.
No, +4. I thought.
Plus
because
four.
Plus
one for
4.
him,
So you have a 3.
So it's a 3. It's a 3 plus 2, which is 5.
No.
no,
It's
you
a
have-
-1 +4.
-1 +4.
Because it's your 1
So you have
and then
3.
his 3. So.
Yeah, and then I fate pointed.
Oh, yeah. So then you have a
Yeah.
Now you have a 5.
Yeah.
Did you use the fate point? I didn't see it. If you
I
did,
did.
sure.
I did. Yeah.
All right. He gets +2 to this, so the only way he's going to be able to defend this if he rolls a 3 or higher.
Right.
Shit. All right. So he
I
takes.
think I succeeded in style.
You did. You did succeed in style. Absolutely, you did. Add attack and miss may reduce the amount. Attack hits and cause damage may reduce damage by 1. Would you like to generate a boost or do the full damage? This boost
I'd like to
actually
knock
is
him off the fucking train.
That's not a boost. A boost is like a small thing that people can use as an advantage, or you can do full damage. Full damage is going to get him down to 1 stress.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, full damage. Boom, boom. As he's moving up to you, Billy, he's trying to pull you closer to him. The door slams open, hitting him directly off of the train car. He grabs on with one arm as he's dragged across the bottom of this train. He's just holding on with one arm and raising his gun. So that's all he has left. Not going to survive this. With that, you get to Horton and Angus have gone as a unit, and you get to choose who goes next. Your choices are Troy, Old Ginger Gang, or Chuck E. Cheese.
I'd like Chuck E. Cheese to go.
All right, cool. With his dying breath, he still has his gun aimed at Billy.
Oh, no.
He's going to shoot. He's going to get +2 to this. Normally he gets +3, +2 because he's being dragged by a train. 4!
Can I use
just hit
flashy to dodge it? I don't know.
He just got knocked off the train and he loses 1.
Guys, I have rolled so shitty. I want to just hit one dude. It's not going to kill anybody. I just want to say I did something. So I have a 4 coming your way.
So can I use flashy in the sense of seeing him come? I'm just I don't know, just flaring up, just throwing things up in the sky, whatever I have on me, loose clothes, just to make myself look bigger.
You're going to lose your clothes? I'm confused. What?
Why not? Just flashy, just an intimidation kind of thing of just whatever.
Did you
I have,
use your
just
last
throw
flash
it
bomb?
out.
I thought you said you saved one.
I do have that still, yes. I was maybe going to hold it because I have no idea what else is coming.
Nothing else is coming. We're already 20 minutes over.
Oh, we are. Okay. Then, yeah, I'll use my last flash bomb at him.
Let's do it. So
flashy.
you're going to roll a flashy attack.
All right. So that's going to be a 4.
Okay, so what we're going to do is, this is a weird, I normally don't allow damage on the defense, but I'm going to say with a 4 over the 2. As you raise your gun, you just slam this right between the cars on the joining track, and as it flashes and explodes, he is distracted, loses his grip, and he lets go and is just destroyed, cut in half by the train cars that roll over him. And Chuck E. Cheese is no longer closed for business. Now it's Five Nights at Freddy's, as that guy is
Oh,
dead.
no.
So you've destroyed the member of the Chuck E. Cheese gang. I'm going to say at this point, seeing their leader literally torn apart by a train, the other members of the Ginger Gang gallop off into the sunset. Who is not gone? Just Troy. Troy, if you want, you can do one last thing as they're galloping away, or you can just say, good riddance.
Aim for Freddy. He's the second in command. He can't take over.
Freddy's in the sequel only.
Damn it.
I had this. I'm gonna go back to where the crates are.
Okay.
Because I think at one point we were looking at crates.
Yep.
I had this plan to go back where the women's clothing were. I was gonna dress up in them and make them think I was Jane DuPont. But that's for another day. So I'm going back to where the crates are. I'm gonna look at the second fanciest crate and just open it up and see if I can find something there.
Okay, so I'm just going to sort of fast forward this a smidge.
Yep.
You break through the crates. You manage to find a dossier that contains different documents, including some bonds and some deeds. Basically, everything that the DuPonts would need in order to take the land from you, as well as you also notice that. Oh wait, I guess you wouldn't. Never mind. You don't notice that. That never happened. But you do find their paperwork. You manage to grab it just as you hear Billy scream, "It's gonna blow!" as the train car is about to hit the dynamite. Plan D set up. So I need every single person on the train right now to roll a quick roll.
Oh, I thought I had a detonator. I can just not detonate, right?
You can just not detonate it, but it's still gonna friggin' hit it with a train. It's
Well,
gonna
it's
blow
not like
up.
it's like we're ramming into it. It's more, I figure like the way I had it, it's like the barrels are on the side.
Yeah,
We'd
I
go
kind of
through.
felt like they were on the train.
Okay.
You're gonna die
Fair
if you don't
enough.
roll a quick roll.
All right, quick roll.
I got 5.
Ooh, I'm going to use a fate to re-roll that because that's ugly.
Yep. That's
Okay,
not much
well,
better.
0.
0. All right. Okay. Did anyone get in the negatives? No. 0 was Billy. Anyone else get a 0?
I got a -2.
Oh.
But hold on. I am on Tim.
Oh, did you get a you get a +2 from Tim?
Hey!
So it's a 0.
0. All right, fair enough. So Billy and Angus have a 0. Troy, what's your total quick?
That makes
5.
sense.
5?
Yep. See y'all later.
5? That's amazing.
Freaking
Yeah.
Flash over here.
Sweet Hallie, thank you for the subscription. Really appreciate it. 4, what was your total? 4?
1. Sorry, I
1.
did that earlier.
Got
I'm
it.
sorry.
All right. So, 1, you jump off the train and you just sort of roll through the gravel, taking some like cuts along your back, but you know how to roll with the momentum, so you're not physically injured too badly. Troy, as you notice the leader's cybernetic saber rider horse, Chuck E. Cheese's horse, has slowed to the point of where you are on the train. You use your counting skills to mathematically formulate a jump pattern, and you land on the horse and gallop off into the sunset, no problem. The train hits the explosives that were set directly to the train tracks, and the whole engine begins to explode. You see Angus fly off one side, mounted on Tim Horton, and Billy flying off the other side. Currently, his pants are on fire. He lands and rolls and puts out the fire. Angus, unfortunately, Tim Horton does land and rolls and puts on the fire while you're on his back. So you take some damage, but you know, I got enough money to rebuild it. So the train is a horrible, explosive wreck. Luckily, you're able to quiet down the townsfolk and basically blame the entire thing on the old ginger gang. So clearing your names, but basically you have enough evidence. So what we're gonna do now, if you guys need a little time, we're gonna take just a quick, very short 2-minute break. When we come back, we're gonna have our epilogue. And what that's going to be is we're going to start with Angus and move down the family tree as to what happens in this story. You guys can build off. You basically have all the information you need. We'll just make a conclusion to this ragtag, very much fast food or restaurant-filled Western adventure. And we'll see where we end our story. Be back in just a minute, everybody. All right, cool. All right, welcome back, everybody, to our epilogue of our crazy Western adventure, which I'm now calling Endless Breadsticks.
Yes.
Yeah, this adventure went a little crazy. I had a lot of fun. This turned out to be the Lord of the Rings extended edition version of our one-shot as we're reaching the 3.5-hour mark. But we really appreciate you hanging out and supporting. We thank you, Mama Whiskey, for all the gifted subs. We really appreciate that. Thank you, White Dove, for the bits. You guys have been awesome. We really love doing these shows with you. So what we're gonna do now is, as the Burnside family has collected enough information to thwart the plans of the evil DuPonts, we're gonna do our epilogue, where starting with Angus and moving down the family tree, they're going to tell us how their heroes live happily ever after, I suppose. So, Angus, if you are ready, we're going to start with you, sir.
So, obviously, this went a lot different than just the normal weddings that we have. But I'm glad that our family is back together. All of my sons are here together. We've all found each other, and now we get to live with each other for eternity.
For eternity! That's so good. All right, so yeah, you have reunited your family. I'm going to move on to Billy. So your father is happy that, and you are happy as well, I suppose, that you've reconvened with Angus the Third.
I'm shocked.
Continuing with that story, what happened to the DuPonts? Or
What
you and
happened
Macy,
to
at
the
least.
Ponds? Oh, I mean, I would figure, I think, for at least Billy, like, him and Macy get back together. She maybe wasn't aware of the evil plot that Mom had going on and so forth, and things end up working out for them. Dad might be a little disapproving because it's still a DuPont, but we got, at least a century for me to try to warm him up to her, so...
At least a century. Very good. So Billy and Macy live happily ever after. Moving down to Troy. You normally aren't used to doing business with your family, but you can't deny that this has been at least partially entertaining for you, and you're glad that you're reunited with your brother who you thought was dead. What happened again to the Sheriff DuPont, and how do you feel about the family now?
First thing I do with the DuPonts, we're gonna run them out of town. This is she's a lone, even if it's a fake name, she's a lone star. This is Olive Garden country, so we run her out. Right before she leaves, I do a sleight of hand magic trick, which was one of my skills I didn't get to do, so I do that at the very end. Just very quickly, I do some magic, and we run her out of town and just go back to the bank. And go back to work.
I like it. So I'm going to say that using your sleight of hand as you are giving her documents as she's leaving town, she takes the envelope, and as she's moving through the carriage away from Sideburns, she opens it up, and inside is just a Olive Garden menu with DuPont and money signs written on it.
Yep.
So her
Perfect.
deposit into the bank is secured with you.
Yes.
Moving on to Four, the great-grandson of this ragtag family. With them being ran out of town, your father, you're reunited with your cybernetic Robocop father in the town of Sideburns. How are we going to end this adventure?
Yeah, I think you can imagine Four's pretty unhappy with everything. I mean, Four is an angry young man, and I don't think how things played out is going to solve any of that. So, so Four stole the horse from Troy before they even returned.
Okay.
Made his way into town, and by the time the family returned, Four was gone and never returned. Four got as far away from Burnsides as he could. In fact, Four traveled to the other side of the world, traveled across land, traveled across water to a far off land called Australia, and decided to open a chain of steakhouses called Outback. And has done quite well for himself.
That's so good. So,
not being the sharpest rock in the box.
So as the credits begin to roll over Sideburns.
Hold on.
Sorry.
Hearing the terrible news that Four has decided to leave the family, and instead of opening another Italian establishment, Angus decides that it's time to hang it up.
Oh.
And decides not to take his drugs, and slowly his cybernetic heart stops, and the baton is passed down to Angus the Third.
Ooh, okay. So Tim Horton is now the leader.
Tim Horton must now marry each of the sheriffs. 'Cause he's already married to the sheriff, and it all makes sense.
Oh,
Is she still
boy.
the sheriff?
So after deputizing both Troy and Billy, Tim Horton decides he will be the mayor and the sheriff, thereby ending this horrid loophole. And
Until he
they
dies.
sadly, so the credits roll as they sadly lower Angus's dead steam-powered heart and body into the ground.
We're not sad.
And at the end of the after the credits, there's a bonus scene where the three brothers are reunited around a desk where they received a letter. Opening it up, it just says, "I'll be back to take what's mine." And there's no signature, but at the bottom is just this little drawing of a blooming onion. And with that, we're ending our adventure. Thanks so much, everybody, for watching. Hope you have enjoyed our crazy one-shot. This one was intense. Be sure to check us out next week. We stream Tuesday through Friday. We appreciate all the support, and we'll see you all next time. Goodbye, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.